Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? Welcome in to the Real Fantasy Playmakers. Spencer the Guru here, getting to bring y'all this new show. We got our stacked panel waiting in the back. AFC South preview, y'all. Texans, Jags, Colts, and Titans. This is going to be a fun one, y'all. Get ready. Strap in. We got our resident Texan, Miles Peacock, up in here. We had to make sure Peacock came on for the AFC South. This will be our last AFC division before we move on to the NFC. We've been doing these divisional previews on Wake Your Game Up, our morning show, but this one will be a Playmaker special. So yeah, I'll sit back, grab a cold one. It's going to be a good time.
Eureka. We make plays every day, yeah. 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 Hit him with the run pass option. I run shit or I shred from the pocket. I'm always shopping, I'm always copping, and always pray I'm falling like leaves an item. Hey, what could I say? I make plays every day. Catch me with a thick one, make her pay what she weigh. And then some. Welcome to my kingdom. Really in the field, never got my feet up. Go hard, push a hard line. Yeah. Been around, peep the archives, yeah. Off top, it's a long grind. You don't need to watch to see that it's hard time, yeah. I'm counting chips, finna take the chip. You counterfeits, better pay attention. I'm about to check, catch me in my bag. Sunday to Sunday, we living that. We make plays every day, yeah. 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 We make plays every day, yeah.
Could be one sitting in the pocket. I like to dip and dunk, but I rock it. Money, money, money is a topic. Win, win, win.
Oh, yeah. Real Fantasy Playmakers, y'all. Shout out to Iffy there at the end. Wise man If getting in on the action there. So, yeah, appreciate all the Playmakers up in there. We got a lot of folks up in the chat. We're going to shout y'all out in just a minute. But let's bring them out, y'all. Bring the Playmakers out. Our first guest, you already know him, man. The fella repping the Heart to Start podcast, Gucci, JD. What it do, man?
What's up, Go? 100%. Hey, you don't need to watch to see that it's our time. 100%, bro. That's all I got to say, man. Come on.
Right. Man. Right. Yep. It's like you just said in the pre-production, man. It's August tomorrow, man. So we got to get y'all right here. August is war time, y'all. These drafts, these redraft leagues are getting going. It's time to go to war. You better have your swords and armor ready, because if not,
chin straps.
Exactly. But I'll say, if you're watching this show, you'll be good, so don't worry. If you're watching with us, we'll get you right for those redrafts.
100%, bro.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, shout out JD, as well as our next group of panelists. We've got up next, y'all, our resident Texan repping the H-Town till we drown. Just got the fresh drip on there. Let's bring him out. Miles Peacock.
Yo, what up, guys? Yeah, repping for the H. Excited to get busy with the AFC South today. I'm talking about all the groups in there. I'm not going to be super biased, so I'm just going to give it to you straight the way I see it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to a good show.
Yep. Oh, before we bring out our next panelist, I got to ask you, Peacock, what happened to Trevor Lawrence there? He's looking a little bald there.
So that's the only place you can get tonight. I put a crown on CJ, and what is Trevor Lawrence without his hair? He's nothing.
He's not sunshine. He's blinding us with that look.
Hey, what was the character in the Bible that Samson?
Yeah,
Samson. Every day, for real. He can't be like Samson. He got to have his hair.
Yeah,
man, that is not a good look. So let's bring out our next panelist, y'all. Repping Gang Green, y'all. You already know him, man. Hit
What up, Spencer? Thank you for what you do. It is delicious. That's for sure. Good to see you. You know what? I always wanted to ask you the fish in the background. What's that all about?
Oh, so like how Peacock do with his thing. My boy, he locked up. He got an L behind his little sentence, but he's an artist as well. But he also do merch. So that's one of his t-shirts from his clothing line. 100%, bro.
Shout out, man. It's tight.
No, for sure.
I know that's like one of those. That's one of those fishes in the deep depths, and that's somewhere that we can actually give you a little bit of advice when it comes to the deep dive in fantasy isms. We've got that shit going. And then Peacock, look at you, man. Look at that, bro.
My IDP life sauce, bro.
Yeah, that sauce sure looks dope.
Yes, indeed.
I'm so stoked. I'm gonna be rocking it quite frequently on the show.
Yep.
I'm gonna get one, because.
Yeah, I gotta get some more merch from the shop.
Oh, I got a different color too. So I got the Kelly green, which was I was surprised because that's the old school green that the Jets used to rock with. So I got me a Kelly green and a black one, and I feel like I'm gonna be stunned.
You missed out on the Aaron Rodgers one there that I also have on the website. Don't forget.
That one's still there. Ayahuasca MVP, DMT MVP. Well, that's a fitting segue for our next guest, y'all. You already know him, man. He's got one of the most open minds in the history of open minds, y'all. I'm just going to leave it at that. Bogard Scott Free. What it do, man?
Yes. I have crash landed. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody on the panel, man. We are the Real Fantasy Playmakers. If you are catching us on the Heart to Start or the Guru Nation or the Neon Peacock or the Gen Wealth Network, we thank y'all. Spencer Guru, man, let's shout this chat out.
Yes, indeed. We got a lot of fellas up in here. Our first chat member, Derek, appreciate you, brother. Subscribe and hit the thumbs up for the Playmakers. All the channels for Peacock, myself, JD, and the Gen Wealth Net. Subscribe and hit the thumbs up from all 4 channels. Appreciate you, Derek, for showing love on all the channels, bro. Emil up in here. What up, Guru Nation? Appreciate you, Emil.
What up, Emil?
You're a real one, homie. And Lee up in here. Lee, normally one of our panelists, couldn't make it today. He's battling a little illness there. Get well soon, Lee. I know you'll be up here in the chat breaking the
ear to the streets.
The ear to the streets, exactly. Appreciate you, Lee. And we got
the streets right now.
We got Drizzle up in here. I think he's from Twitch, one of Peacock's boys. Peacock also streaming to Twitch. So appreciate you, Drizzle.
I remember Drizzle, man. How you doing, brother?
He got that purple stuff in his cup on his profile pic.
Leaning like the Tower Pizza. Yeah.
Come on now.
Yep. And our friend Nelly Nell. Y'all shout out to Nelly, bro.
Nelly Nell.
All the realists in the
production.
Game.
Stand up.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Yeah, for sure. Nelly is I'm the fantasy football guru. He's the film guru, bro. Production guru for sure. Shout out to Nelly Nell, man. Appreciate you for tapping in, big dog. Antonio up in here, another Jets fan. What up, Antonio? Bogey's birthday twin. One of several birthday twins Bogey has. Bogey has a ton of birthday twins. I mean, every other person in the chat, it's my birthday twin. What up, twin? I was like, man, boy, I had that many birthday twins. Yep, we got a lot of homies up in here, Nelly, for show. And wise man, if perfect timing for Iffy. He popped in right when his verse came out on the intro song.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the wise man.
Them is facts.
That's one of the founders. That's one of the founders of the GWN that y'all gonna get very familiar with. Look out for his show coming soon. It's called Not Gonna Lie. And I'm not gonna lie, that shit gonna be dope, bro.
100%. Yep, not gonna lie, coming soon. In my humble opinion, coming soon. We got a lot of dope content set to get rolling, y'all. Stay tuned.
One digital dope is being chefed.
Exactly. We
rock hard.
Fishing that shit out, bro. 100%.
H-Town Hustle in a couple of weeks. We got it all.
Oh, yeah, H-Town Huddle. Yep, that's another one. Yep.
Yeah.
Like Guru Nation Power Hour. I'm going to have to bring that one back, too. So,
yeah.
And Stevie B, Dynasty Life. Shout out to Stevie B. I was peeping y'all's joint from last night, Stevie B. That was a good shit. With a shout out to Flo Joe and State of Mind Rob. So yeah, that was dope, man. Keep doing your thing,
guys
Stevie
are awesome,
B.
man.
Stevie?
I remember going to war with those guys back in 2020.
Oh yeah. They get down for real. Yep, here we go. Another birthday twin, Tino.
What up, twin?
What's up, bro?
Yep, they was faded, ready to get X-rated. Whoa, pause.
Yeah, Tino. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yes, Tino. You got it right. It's that type of show.
Right. Yeah, we getting wild up in here.
Hey, we got
I ain't
wearing no pants right now.
generational wealth. We got generations in the building right now.
You feel me? Hey, you know what I mean? And that's what we do here all across these platforms while we simulcast. We bring you that generational wealth. Good health is wealth. Money is wealth. Knowledge, all that shit, man. And tonight we breaking down the completion of the AFC divisions.
Yep, AFC South. AFC South tonight.
Where you guys want to go first?
Shit. We got a few more people to shout out. Guess who pulled up?
We got generations in the building.
Guess who pulled up? Pops. My Pops.
Oh, man, what's up, Pops? You know what I mean? What up, Pops?
Yeah, he was getting on me about not calling him back. I was like, I'm sorry, Dad, I'm about to go live. He's like, well, where's the show? So I sent him the link. So yeah, he pulled up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Guru Senior.
That's what's up.
Fact. And Albert, what up, Albert?
Up,
One of
Albert?
our loyal people. What up, Al?
Yeah,
Appreciate you, man.
We fuck with Albert. Oh man, I messed up. I already said the F word.
Well, we got through the first 5 minutes. Give ourselves
all right.
We got through the first 5 minutes with
Hello.
no cursing, no drinking, no smoking. So good for us.
I got my camera on off. You know what I'm doing.
It's a non-alcoholic dark beverage here, so non-alcoholic.
Yeah, man.
Getting clean tonight, sort of.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. Oh, and we had some news from Lee. Lee already dishing out the news. Our ear to the streets. Nick Bolton tweaked his elbow. Yeah, damn it, Nick Bolton, man. He's a hitter, man, but he just can't stay healthy.
He's a little guy, and he hits it.
He's a big hitter, little guy, but a big hitter. Yeah, I think he broke it. Didn't he break his arm last year?
Hey, what was my boy name that played for the Colts? Bob Sanders. When Bob Sanders was
he was a
monster.
Oh
yeah,
stay hurt.
Stay healthy. Yeah, Sean Merriman. There's another one. Like, he was a big fucker.
But still, lights out.
I mean, it's like man, it's like you wish these guys could have had longer careers, but it's just just the nature of the beast. Not everyone can have the longevity, unfortunately. But yeah, let's get into this divisional talk, y'all. You want to kick this thing off, Peacock, with your Texans?
No, let's save them for later. Save
the best for last. Okay, let's do that. Yeah. All right, let's
start with the Baldies.
Jags?
Let's talk about them.
Okay.
We can start with the Jags. All right, we can start with the Jags.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Trevor Lawrence, is he the most slept on fantasy QB this year? Because man, I feel like no one is talking about T-Law anymore. I feel like he's just like a mid-range QB2 now, but I still think T-Law could be a hitter, bro. I think people are kind of sleeping on him, but what do y'all think?
I love the addition of Brian Thomas because it's he's a true burner and he's a crispy route runner. I mean I know I'm preaching to the choir when I'm talking to you, Goo, because you know the LSU.
Yeah, he's an LSU boy. Yeah.
Yeah, but like there was the third most red zone targeted receiver last year in the entire league was Calvin Ridley, and he's kind of he's a wee little guy as far as height compared to a Brian Thomas. And when you look at Trevor Lawrence, man, he's not a little guy. He's a big dude. He throws tall. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like 6'6" or something, isn't he? Or
yeah, he's like, tall, exactly.
Bro. He's like 6'5", 6'6". You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's really tall. He's the prototype.
He's
that bald head might make him lose an inch.
Yeah, but I was about to say that.
But luckily, in real life, he's still sunshine. That's just Peacock trolling with that graphic. But
that's because I had it in my phone, and like it was like I was replacing images, and I just saw it, and I was like, well, this one's a lot funnier than the other one I had. So, might as well use it.
It fell all apart, like for them, right?
Yeah, it really did. Like they got off to a great start last year. Yeah.
by week 8, 9 last year.
Yeah, they lost 8 of their last 9 last year towards the end to miss out on the playoffs and also lose the division. Basically, give it up to whoever was going to win between the Colts and the Texans in the last of the season. So that's what ended up happening. The Jaguars, all they had to do was win 2 of their last 10 games, and they failed to do that. Some of that's coupled with what Bogart was talking about, though. Trevor Lawrence barely missing, a lot of those red zone targets to some of his receivers. Now, I don't know if that couple of inches is going to make a difference, or he's just missing his receivers, and that might have been due to some of the injuries that he actually sustained for the first time ever in his career. Last year, he was actually on the verge of missing a game, and the Jaguars.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
there,
for the Wolves, high ankle, what they were fearing, and it was crazy, is because he was okay running like north south, right? Because remember, in that first game, it was on a short week. He ran like a 50-yarder. Just straight up the gut. You know what I mean? It was insane. That was when I want to say that was against the Saints. Was that?
Oh yeah, didn't he hurt himself against the Saints?
He hurt himself the Sunday before.
Yeah, he lost. Yeah, in our version, we haven't seen his hair, Tino.
I mean, doesn't he always wear the bandana over it too?
That's true. Yeah, he has
He has that Easter Island Stonehenge look going on.
What's the guy? Every rose has a thorn. Brett Michaels
from Poison.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Trevor Lawrence is really actually bald all on the top.
That's the one.
I bet Trevor Lawrence, he'll be the next Palomalu, assuming he doesn't end up with male pattern baldness. He'll probably end up with a head and shoulders deal, bro.
That commercial too.
The head and shoulders, bro.
I think a lot of that, his play last year, them losing, was attributed to the his misconnection with some of those receivers and the injury, right? So I'm hoping, you're thinking for fantasy that they could probably bounce back. He'll have a better season. The addition of Brian Thomas, the subtraction of Ridley, I don't know how that's gonna, maybe it'll equal out or whatever. But you still got guys like Ingram there and Kirk, who I think will be the one for sure, who's a very reliable receiver. He's not like a true NFL elite wide receiver one, but he's steady and he's good enough, for fantasy to give you 10 plus points a game or something.
He's like the black Julian Edelman kind of.
Yeah, actually that's pretty decent. Yeah, I can see that because he's not like a huge guy either, right? So
and he's mainly in the slot, and
right.
He's good with the comeback routes and he's good up the seam. Like it's.
And then he fits perfect in this offense because he commands a 20.8% target share rate, and then a 22.9% target rate as well. And then, like how Peacock said about them losing them games, 8 out of the last 10, and he got hurt in week 10 as well. So they lost a big part of their passing offense, and then especially with ETN being like I think the 3rd or the 4th most targeted player on that team as well. You know what I mean? And ETN kind of like had that the emoji with the blue thing for the stock, you know what I mean, 100%. But the answer was Spencer said though about T. Law, is he one of the most slept on quarterbacks in fantasy? I think he is, especially if he can chop down that 21 to 14 TD to INT ratio, and then also that he has a little bit of wiggles. He can get out the pocket and scramble and keep the drives going. And he hit for 340 yards on the ground last year, 100%. Even though it's not Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, Josh Allen, the Stallion type, yards on the ground, but still them is extra fantasy points that he brings to the table. And like I said, if he can cut down them turnovers, especially, he fumbled the ball as well too. That's another thing. So he
had a lot of turnovers.
He turned the ball over too much. I think
able to get more TDs, passing TDs, because he has a plethora of weapons. That's not one thing he's not lacking is weapons. They keep investing. They invested in Calvin Ridley last year, like how Bogey said he was one of the most targeted wide receivers in the red zone. Boom, he walks out. You spend the 1st round pick on Brian Thomas. You get Christian Kirk back. You spend the bag on Gabe Davis. They also been talking about Parker Washington being one of them dudes to elevate his game, and now knowing the whole playbook and might get some reps coming in. So yeah, man, I think Trevor Lawrence can jump into that upper echelon of quarterbacks.
What are you thinking? Like
in fantasy relevance, he should be a back end 8 through 12 quarterback, single quarterback league. But like it has the turnovers have to.
Okay, I got one. This one's good. If Justin Fields is the starter, and we know this going into week 1, and you're in a draft, Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence?
Ooh, I like this exercise.
I go Justin Fields for the rushing upside, probably.
Okay.
I know he's the starter.
Yeah,
I might right now. I would go T-Law because I know that I'm getting a 4,000 yard season and 20 close to 30 TDs. You know what I mean? With Justin Fields, I'm gonna need 1,000 on the ground and I'm gonna need 3,000 in the air. And you know, I don't know.
It's one of those things like T-Law. It's like in 6-point passing, I'd for sure go T-Law, but in 4-point passing, I'd probably go Fields, or because those passing touchdowns not getting the 6. That's going to hurt T-Law, or like Fields, it's like Fields is going to get a gang of rushing tugs, I bet. Probably like 8 to 10, to where it's like, I mean, in a 4-point passing touchdown league, if he starts, he's a QB1.
Okay. His numbers were shitty last year. He's gotta improve to like
yes,
21 touchdowns.
Yes, we did.
21 touchdowns is not an acceptable number for any quarterback in the NFL, let alone the number 1 draft pick. So, whatever was going on in his game plan and the preparation, whatever it was, when if he wasn't comfortable throwing the ball into freaking space, and that has to go away. We need more gunslinging. I don't give a fuck about the interceptions with Trevor Lawrence. Throw the damn ball, though.
Yeah, I mean, he tied the league lead in his rookie year.
Get the ball into the end zone. It could be Brett Favre, Jameis Winston numbers at the end of the year, but I want to see 35-plus touchdowns. I don't care how many turnovers. That don't bother me. But in terms of fantasy value right now, I don't have him at the QB1 range. Sure, the ceiling might be there, but you could say that for a lot of guys. I would probably put Justin Fields above Trevor Lawrence no matter what the scoring is right now, just because the Pittsburgh Steelers offense is better suited to probably suit that type of quarterback.
And they win games and they have a good coach, and 21 passing touchdowns is putrid for a number 1 overall draft pick that you just spent a lot of money on. So
and they put him in the category of NFL ready as far as like Messiah level, like
they did.
Peyton Manning, remember, and then Andrew Luck, and then it was Trevor Lawrence, right?
I agree too.
Yeah, he was a chosen one.
He needs to get there. Because he was supposed to be a Peyton Manning-esque type of quarterback, where he was cerebral and had the ability to put a ball on the numbers no matter what the coverage was. I want to see that from him. I don't want him to think about too much. What am I going to do if I make a turnover right here? He's got a pretty good defense. If the defense wins and he's back on the field, I want him to continuing to press the matter and throw the damn ball. I like that they got ETN involved in the passing game. That's what we've been waiting for from ETN and that team in general, because he's got the ability to help out there. But I want to hit, Christian Kirk going down. That was a big thing. Gabe Davis and Brian Thomas. They're nice pieces. And Evan Ingram kind of basically broke out last season. But let's get comfortable.
He had 2 good consecutive years. Like the year before, it was the Thou Wow. This year, I think it was over a Thou Wow with the over 100, right?
Oh,
I didn't quite have the Thou Wow, but he had the over 100.
Yeah, over.
The year before, did he have a Thou Wow? Yeah, wait, no. He had 766.
Okay.
But he still that was his career high.
But I swear,
he never had that many with the
tight
Giants.
end 2, 3 consistently. That's a nice piece to have. If you're talking about the Jaguars and value, Evan Ingram is your value.
Christian Kirk can be a value.
He's already got Yeah, Christian Kirk too.
And I think Doug
He's
Peterson
always been
is
a
out,
value.
bro.
I love Christian Kirk.
If they got another losing year, he's out. Like Doug Peters, for Doug
Yeah,
Peterson,
pressure's on for Doug Peterson.
Yeah, he's in the hot seat because I mean, like, and this goes back to like the whole reason why the Eagles even moved off him. Eventually, the rest of the league will catch on to your new hot shit. You know what I mean? Like happened to Chip Kelly, happened to Doug Peterson, and when
Nick Sirianni, Eagles coaches, they run through coaches like crazy.
I mean, like, once you learn them, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to be able to. If you're a great NFL coach, you should be able to adapt and switch up. And when they lost certain key pieces of their personnel, you didn't see them really. They pretty much just fed ETN more, and then he ends up basically hitting the wall. Like I felt like that was the heaviest workload he's ever got in his life. And
his efficiency dropped. But here's a good segue from Carl. We'll get back to ETN for sure before we move teams. But here's a good one from Carl. How much do I suck purple crayon when I say Brian Thomas will get more receiving yards than Christian Kirk? I mean, I could see that for sure. Because Brian Thomas, bro, like Calvin Ridley had over 1,000. Wow, I'm not saying Brian Thomas is going to get that as a rookie, but I think he could get at least 700 to 800 as a rookie.
I mean, Athalwow's only 58 yards a game in a 17.
Yeah, that's true. 17 games. If he stays healthy, he should at least get, I'd say more like 800 to 900 if he stays healthy. Because Brian Thomas has elite potential.
Yeah. Okay, then why not put him into that type of floor? Because I agree. I really like Brian Thomas, and I don't like to fade rookies anymore. If they're coming out and they've got a situation where they can be successful, like a Ladd McConkey and a Brian Thomas, putting them up there. And then we already seen the Marvin Harrison effect. Brian Thomas to me could be sleeper just as he could produce just as well as Marvin Harrison does. Just because
that's a hot take.
I mean, he's already played like on an offense that is like he's familiar with high powered offense. It's not going to be something new to him. So like Marvin Harrison with Ohio State, that's a high powered offense. He had a lot of receivers before his time, show him the ropes and actually produce too. Same thing with Brian Thomas. I think
Brian Thomas will be treated like a number one or see number one coverage the way Marvin Harrison Jr. probably will. That's also probably going to be true throughout the entire season. So I can kind of see a path for that to be, helpful in this case.
Yeah.
For his argument.
I'm not afraid of Brian Thomas. I did spend some time. I don't watch a lot of college, but before rookie drafts, I do end up watching a lot of film, and Brian Thomas always stood out to me to be a tier one receiver, up there with them. He was drafted like that, and I think he's going to perform like that. And I'm not afraid to say that he could outperform Kirk. Kirk has got the steady, the chemistry with Lawrence and the playbook, but he's not a big play type of receiver. Brian Thomas could end up being
he's the one that's going to take the top off the defense.
That's
like with LSU.
Touchdowns.
Malik Neighbors was the short yardage. What did I say? Short. He ended up with a lot of yards because he was the yak guy. He got all the yak yards. Brian Thomas was the downfield threat.
Yeah, and he just has Kirk and Ingram to compete with. If we're going to give Trevor Lawrence 4,000 passing yards, and there's a good chance that he could actually be the number one guy as far as yardage goes, or if he's taking the top off. And they're connecting, right? Because that's the thing we didn't see last year with
he wasn't connecting consistently.
And the touchdowns, he's a big body, he's quick. If he separates and he's open in the end zone, Trevor Lawrence, throw the ball. Don't hesitate. Get that ball out, man. That's the difference.
He hesitates, he's throwing a pick, and that's what's happening a lot with Lawrence, I think.
The accuracy is
he's not quite accurate enough
not
yet.
There. Yeah,
I think he's the old. He has, he could develop more. I'm not like wanting to write him off, but as far as this season, I'm not going to overpay for a T-Law. I'm going to let him fall in my lap. And if he doesn't, well, I'm not even mad because it's like, guess what? If he gets taken, I'll just get a Kirk Cousins, or so, or Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers. Like, there's all kind of guys you could get as a QB2. Hell, even a Will
Jaden-
Levis in a
Jaden
superflex
Daniels.
isn't that bad as a QB2. Oh, the kid Jaden Daniels, bro. I mean, yeah, he's going as a QB1 in some drafts. Hey, Jaden Daniels hype train, that thing's left the station, bro. If you're not willing to spend up for Jaden, you ain't getting him. That kid is he's a special talent. So like, yeah, I can see why people are spending up, but it's just, will the Commandos be all that, because I mean, last year with LSU, I mean, they were the best offense in the nation, but with the Commandos, he's not gonna have all the everything like working in his favor over there. He'll have more adversity to face. So I still think he'll be a dog for fantasy though because of the rushing.
Yeah, he's a dark horse, like back end QB1 for me. If he stays up right.
Yeah, especially in the 4-point passing touchdown joints, because in that, like, he's gonna have that steady rushing floor, even if he struggles to get the the passing. But before we get too far off topic here, before we switch teams, y'all, ETN, y'all feel like he's a locked and loaded RB1?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there's nobody that I fear will take anything from him.
Yeah, he's good. Tank.
No love for Tank Bigsby?
No love for Tank. First play, he like fumbled the.
I got more love for D. Ernest, scared stupid Johnson.
Okay, well, in that case, then this is ETN's backfield. Y'all lock him in.
Yeah, and ETN was on fire the first half of the season, and then when the 2 touchdowns a game kind of dropped off, you were disappointed as a fantasy manager. But I mean, that wasn't going to be sustainable.
But other than that, over 320 combined total touches, bro. 100%.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. I mean, the volume is king, and he's getting the volume. Kind of like Rashad White. Even if the efficiency is not great, if you got the volume, bro, you're gonna produce for fantasy. So yeah, ETN. All right, one more before we switch. ETN or Kyren?
Give me Kyren because of the touchdowns.
And I agree.
Yeah,
what's the MVP on these guys right now?
Shit. I mean, ETN had 12 last year though.
Yeah, they're close. That's why I brought it up. They're very similar in ADP. I'm leaning Kyren.
Kyren did miss some
him.
And I think Kyren would go. I mean, he goes later too, so I might lean Kyren because there's like when I'm looking at the ETN range, there's usually receivers are like in that range. So you know what I mean. I probably would lean Kyren. It's higher upside, and like he has he does have we do know who the handcuff is if you could acquire him as well with Blake Corum. You got a guy who's going to get 20 touches. If anything,
yeah, he's better than Tank Bigsby
for sure.
Yeah,
and and also when it goes back to Tank, all we've been hearing was fuck shit about him all season last year and this year. Like
in training camp.
Yeah, he's just he just might not got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe just be a
He's got the name, but I don't know.
Yeah, but they might be kind of deceiving.
We all know who the real Tank is, and we'll get to him later.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get to him later. So who we doing next? Because the Texans are last. We're saving the best for last.
Quick over under. These are just mine. I don't know what the DraftKings odds are, but over under 9.5 wins for the Jaguars.
I'll take the under. I'll give them 9.
Yeah, I'll take the under as well. Division's too tough. Tough division. I'll take the under.
Their defense is very, very feisty, right? But I think but also it's not like they hold teams to low scores. You know what I mean? Like, I think I really just like them because they're good. They're hella good in fantasy.
Yeah, they got a lot of good IDPs. There's now Black Josh Allen is now, for those that don't know, Josh Hines Allen. Josh Hines Allen.
No longer will I be mistaken.
White Josh Allen, I guess, won the name battle. So Black Josh Allen. I'm sorry if people call me Black Josh Allen. I'm Josh Hines Allen. God damn it.
It is a pretty cool reason why he added the Hines hyphenated because I think his grandpa on his mom's side had passed, so like to honor him because he carries his dad's name, obviously. So he added him there.
That's cool. Yep. Shout out to Josh Hines Allen. So all right. Next
I gotta get used to that.
Yeah, fact. They like Heinz ketchup, bro.
Like Josh Allen, it made him tough. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And last but not least, the Foy Olakun, man. We can't go a conversation without. We're talking about the Jaguars. That's probably the most valuable piece on that squad. No joke.
I mean, he probably wasn't too far off from the production in your 1, 2, 3 leagues with your standard 6-point passing touchdowns. He might not be too far off for Trevor Lawrence's point total last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Olakun goes crazy, man.
Man,
Yeah, he's so crazy. So, all right, y'all. Well, I want to get to the Mayo Man next.
yeah, we'll do the Titans.
All right, there's that. All right, so that's the stage for them. New head coach there, Brian Callahan. Also brought over his pappy, Bo Callahan. They calling the plays there, doing a brand new offense over there. No more run first crap. They're gonna be a balanced attack. It looks like. So they brought in a lot of new.
Mike Vrabel, he was like the best part of their team, bro.
I know, it's a shame, Mike. What happened to Mike Vrabel? He's just sitting the year out. What the hell? That's insane.
They just got rid of him for no reason. Like, he was always making them competitive, keeping them in fights.
Oh, he's with the Browns. He's on the Browns staff.
Oh, wow.
That's another reason why I like the Browns. Everyone's shitting on the Browns. The Browns, man, they're the best value in Vegas. God damn it, I'm standing on that.
So 35-1, something like that.
That's what I'm saying. And I think they could have the best defense in the NFL. And now they got Vrabel on the staff. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Anyway, as far as the Titans, they got Tony Pasta and Calvin Ridley in the building now on top of the new head coach. Draft-wise, they kept beefing up the O-line. I think they took another O-lineman in the first round. So they really beefing that thing up. The defense.
Yeah, Papa Bill Callahan, anywhere he's at, he's a renowned lines coach. You know what I mean? So anywhere he's at, that line is usually top 5 in run blocking and pass pro. So they went right to work on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good for the real NFL, but for fantasy, it still looks like they have 2 backs there, and we don't know who the hell it's going to be, between Pasta and Spears. I mean,
I kind of find myself avoiding them.
Yeah, I know. I think they're going to kind of cancel each other out. So, to me, the players I'm targeting are the receivers, bro. Calvin Ridley and Nuke Hopkins, they tend to go dumbass late in these redrafts.
Yeah, I love DeAndre Hopkins this year.
Is Tyler Boyd going like super early or what? Like,
wait, what?
No
one's touching Tyler Boyd, bro. Yeah, no one's touching him.
I mean, but you know what's crazy is Tyler Boyd could be low key because he's come into a situation where he played in this system for the last 3-4 seasons. You know what I mean?
I was like, I don't know. What was it? That graphic that I showed you guys earlier was like NFL.com had Tyler Boyd as the number 1 wide receiver 3 in the NFL or something like that.
And they had Gabe Davis, number 2. We forgot to mention Gabe Davis. That's just going to show how trash that list was.
Yeah, we talked about him enough a little while ago. I think somebody.
I think he's going to help ETN a lot because he's a great down the field blocker.
Yeah, I mean, he's good for real life, but he's not good for fantasy. I mean, it's like,
he might catch a big one or two. I mean, that's another. See, they're
maybe late in the best ball, like in the last couple.
They're putting an emphasis on the bigger sized receivers. You know what I mean? They brought
because T-Law overthrows everyone, so it's like these big targets, where it's like if he overthrows them, well, he's hopeless.
Yeah, the Jaguars have the second best odds to win the division. The Titans have the worst odds on draft according to DraftKings.
They're pretty
plus
bad.
1,000. Jaguars are plus 275.
Yeah, they're just a team in transition. Man, y'all saw the clip where Jeffrey Simmons chewed out that radio host at training camp? That was crazy.
I like the host stood on business. He was like, we can talk about it right here.
He did.
I'm sitting right here. Why don't you just come talk to me? And then Simmons was like, no, man, you talking all this stuff online? And then he's like, you need to talk to me face to face. And then the guy was like, just come sit. We can talk.
Right here. Yeah, we're right here. Let's go.
I don't want to talk to you. And I thought Simmons just looked like an idiot to me.
No, he did, bro.
Sounds pretty terrible.
It's not like roid rage, bro. I guess he's a little too juiced up there.
Yeah, the broadcaster was going to do an interview with another teammate of his, and he was like, we're in the middle. We're live right here, Jeff. And he tells him, right? He tells me, come sit down.
This is my job.
Shout out to dude for staying on business because I know how tough it is working in media, especially when motherfuckers be
they're gonna
acting
group
like
you guys
that.
all into one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like you know.
Apparently he was mad about something that he wrote, and apparently all he wrote was that basically what happened. He got into like a scuffle or something like that on the field, or he had a couple of bad plays, and so this guy was upset that he wrote that. I was like, what do you want him to do? Not report what he sees?
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. But
he wasn't talking shit about it.
Yeah, so as far as the real NFL, man, it's probably gonna be a rough year for the Titans.
Taking the under.
they're a team in transition. But for fantasy, though, here's the thing: if their defense sucks, I'm all about that because that tells me that freaking D-Hop and Ridley could have some huge weeks to where like a D-Hop. I still think he's got a little gas in the tank.
And going back to the running backs real quick, I tend to avoid them in redraft. But like I almost know I'm gonna be wrong. Like one of them is gonna be like a guy to have. Like
if one of them goes down,
I think Najee is the guy to have.
Yeah, I'm on the pasta.
Oh yeah,
okay,
the pasta.
Yeah, I'm fucking with pasta.
we'll see. I mean, they're going super late, so I mean, might as well just pick one of them up and see what happens, right? Or you can pick both of them up if he goes 0 RB and just see how it plays out.
Yeah, the thing is, like Spears, the reason I say
here's my headache.
Spears is the one that's going later. So from a value standpoint, I tend to lean him, you know, and then it's like as far as goal line, they're probably not going to be by the goal line a lot because the offense struggles. So
yeah, and they just cut Dillon Johnson.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. Dillon Johnson on the Panthers now.
Oh, I like that.
Wait, Dillon Johnson, he was like, O lineman.
No, he was the undrafted running back, but he was like the bruiser,
bigger running back,
big bruiser type, like 230. Like,
I saw it. Yeah, Lee. Shout out to Lee. He had put that one in the group. Because Rashad Penny retired to pour one out for Penny's gonna be a thing.
What an illustrious career!
He's only like 58, dude. Like he's like
him and Michael Gallup, bro. They both retired.
I had a Michael Gallup signed jersey, and I flipped that.
There you go. He just retired. So yeah, Rashad Penny,
the Cowboy fan.
Rashad Penny, bro, he tore his shit like 3 or 4 different times, man. I feel bad for that dude. He's probably gonna have some serious arthritis in his knees, bro. But
I mean, he
made a good bag, so he'll be all right.
Yeah, shout out to. Actually, I don't even want to shout him out.
He's not a thing. He's not a thing.
My leagues. I'm still mad at him.
Is not a thing.
That was the thing. Like he was for the waiver wire because people were like, "Ooh, see a Penny, pick him up."
Yeah, he had a good stretch. I will give him this. He won people some chippers in 2022. I'll give him that.
In like one good game or something.
He had like 3 or 4 good games. Whenever Chris Carson got hurt that year, this was maybe 21 or 22. Penny actually was a thing for like 4 weeks, and those were the fantasy championship weeks. He was, as JD likes to say, a winter back for that stretch.
Yeah, he broke a lot of big ones, put a bunch of 100-yard games up with tugs.
Yeah, he was killing it. And then the next year, everyone was like, "Oh my God, Rashad Penny, he's a thing. He's a thing."
Yeah, they were like, "Kenneth Walker will never be a thing."
Idiots, man.
And they kind of were wrong, but yeah.
I'll see if I can find it. You know that picture that Rashad Penny took. He looks like fucking scared shitless. You ever seen that one?
Oh, well, he's running. He's about to run in the end zone.
No, it's one of those just like player profile pictures, and he just looks like I don't know, like he's on drugs or something. Let me see if I can find it.
He must have been
in a bad case of IBS.
They be on one, bro. They be wilding in those pictures. Yep, I don't know. There's not a whole lot to say about the Titans. I mean, it's like Will Levis, decent super flex play. The running backs are kind of uninspiring. They're probably going to cancel each other out. The receivers could have some value. The tight ends, I mean, Chiggy Okonkwo, could he maybe be something? I mean, I don't know.
Maybe like a 14.
Will Levis is the worst fantasy quarterback that you could probably acquire, starting quarterback. And then Ridley and D-Hop, whatever they did last season, that's probably as best as they're going to get this season. It's not going to get any better in my eyes.
Do you think he's a 3,000-yard passer?
No.
Old Levi's Mayo.
Not even 3,000? Come on.
Not even 3,000.
That's why I went
Do you remember when people were trying to say about the homie in Pittsburgh is the same fucking thing, dude. That's like Kenny Pickett. We're talking about Kenny Pickett right now. Yeah, well, for sure I'm shitting on him. And then Calvin Ridley had a decent year, but we're talking about Trevor Lawrence versus Kenny Pickett. And then he had 136 targets and he had 76 complete receptions with just barely over 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns.
I like that.
Do you expect more? That's what Calvin Ridley got last season.
We're looking at we're
I don't
looking
think
at.
Yeah, no, I think
actually
that's
boost the
realistic.
value over
I
there.
think that's realistic. But the thing
And
is,
it-
yeah, I agree there. But they're going super late. That's the thing.
But you
We
know what
can
that
get
is?
'em-
That's approaching your WR3 territory.
Well, yeah, that's what we're getting them as. We're not taking these guys high in the draft. That's my point. Is that like we get these
Prioritize
guys dumbass
receivers and-
cheap? Yeah, facts.
if
I'm
you
not
have-
advocate. Yeah, I agree, kid. And they don't prioritize them, but if you can get them as like those greasy values, that's all I'm saying. I'm definitely not
But that's your
going
value. You're not. It's not gonna get any better than that type of production, and that's not gonna win you a fantasy championship.
Here's the thing about Levis, though. For Superflex, I'm all right with Levis as a 2 because last season he was on pace per 17 games, 3,808 yards. That's not that bad.
Not bad.
Only
Sounds like a
17
super
tugs,
flex
though.
QB3 for me.
I was gonna say, like, he had 2 games where he like just threw the ball up like prayers, and Hopkins was over there, and he had like 400-yard, 4 touchdown games.
Yeah, now he's got
that.
Ridley and Hopkins. So, like, I mean, it's one of them. Oh, Marty
way
in the
better
house.
coach- and a way
Minnesota
better
Marty.
coaching
What up?
staff.
What up, Marty?
How much of that was just like him being good, or just pure like his receivers being good?
Yeah, no, exactly. It's well, I think he's got enough
His
weaponry.
QBR was 33.2.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying he's worth the shit. I think by this time next year he'll probably be replaced. I'll admit that. But I mean, we just want in Superflex. If we're waiting on QB2, if we're trying to, let's say, get like 4 stud receivers, and we just punting QB2, like Will Levis is definitely one of
And
those
get
guys
Baker
to target.
Mayfield. Get
Baker Mayfield goes higher than Will Levis, though. I mean,
Yeah, but
I prefer
you
Baker
could put
Mayfield over
every
Will Levis.
position and still get
Baker
Baker.
Mayfield's probably going to be drafted in like the 6th, where like Will Levis, you might be able to get him in the 7th,
I bet
probably
you
even
if
the
Baker
8th
Mayfield
round.
got in a fight with Will Levis, he'll beat Will Levis's ass.
I know on the football field he will.
I'm just saying, he got he's like a little rooster, you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
just,
Chest is always out.
yeah, I'm messing with Baker though. It's like, was last year a fluke though? That's the thing. I'm like,
Here's
Now
the
it's a
thing.
breakout.
You gotta
He's a
look
late-
at his rookie
He's a late
year.
bloomer.
His rookie year when he was with Hugh Jackson, he was a guy who likes to take it to the air. They were throwing that thing. Like, Baker was coming out of college as a bit of a gunslinger, you know what I mean? And
If you
like,
protect Baker and let him throw, he'll do all right. Like, he's not bad. He's not like super great, but he's
they trust him. That is crazy because that coaching staff last year, they definitely trusted him because he was stretching the field. You know what I mean? So, because I wanted to point that out because I don't think any of us would trust Baker, right? You know what I mean? They did.
No, I wouldn't trust Baker.
The
Yeah,
100-something million, that's for sure.
I'd take him over
Per
Levis
year.
though.
yeah, I would. Yeah, Mayo, man. All right, enough Titans talk. Y'all, let's move on to the Colts, man. We got a lot.
Oh, and I love Jack Gibbons on the other side.
because we've got motherfucking Anthony Richardson.
Oh, wait a second.
Rich himself.
Hold on, real quick. Before we
Richie
do that-
Richie Rich, bro. What y'all think? Go ahead, Bogey.
Hold on. Before we do that, let's play some bills real quick. Let's run.
Oh
that,
yeah,
let's run that
that's true.
commercial
Yeah,
one time.
that's a good point.
Commercial.
That's a good
Halfway
point.
point.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, good halfway
We
point.
want to shout out the sponsor of the Gen Wealth Net. Shout out to everybody again in the chat. Be sure to subscribe to the Gen Wealth Net on YouTube and subscribe at Heart to Start, Guru Nation, and Neon Peacock. And speaking of Neon Peacock, run that footage of the neonpeacockmerch.com.
Caca! Shout out to the Peacock, man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's up. That was cool. Yeah. Before we move on and people are like, remember the Titans, I just gotta say, fuck the Titans. Screw that organization.
Yeah, man, because they try to steal H-Town blue from y'all, man.
Yeah, they try to steal the blue. They try to limit how much Houston can wear the color. If you look at their CJ Stroud, the New Jerseys, they can only use the piping of that blue. They had to change the color slightly. And they're like the color blue police. And it's stupid because like teams like the Panthers and other teams in the league use a baby blue like that as well. And
Chargers.
Yeah, the Chargers. You don't see the Titans going out there and trying to stop them from wearing.
You don't see somebody trying to buy sky blue and it's like, oh, why is it daytime? You know what I mean?
It's H-Town blue. You can't buy that. We have a copyright on it.
So I think that the owner, Bud Adams' daughter, is really is really petty for all of that stuff. Good for them and losing both of those games that they decided to wear those throwback Oiler uniforms versus the Texans. So they lost to Case.
They still got half the show left,
Yeah, they lost to Case Keenum, and then
halfway point.
Yeah. They lost to Case Keenum, and then then they lost later on in the year. We got Will Levis all beaten up, and we got
Houston, Texas. Actually, you know what? Texas legend, right?
Texas legend.
Yeah.
So
Texas legend, the queso.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's won a playoff game as a QB here back in the day. So, a lot of love for him. He filled in admirably, and then he had a really bad game versus the Browns the next week where they just got completely squashed.
And they were like Davis Mills, right? Was it Davis Mills that came in after that?
Yeah, he came in after that and kind of righted the ship a little bit, and they had a good week the following week, I think.
Shout out to Davis Mills, man.
Yeah, you'll see Davis Mills a lot tomorrow.
The Judge Davis Mills.
Yeah, the Judge is coming out.
We'll get there when we get there.
Let's get it on.
We can talk about Davis Mills in a while.
Even a good shirt there, the Judge Davis Mills, even with a gavel, being like, let's get it on.
Make a Davis Mills shirt, yeah.
The Judge, bro. Shout out to the Judge.
I had one that I never produced, but it was Davis Mills, kind of it looked like he was falling or jumping through, off the top ropes, and he was coming down on the table and said Mills Mafia, kind of like the Bills. So.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. I just never put it on a shirt.
Yeah.
But excited for that.
Let's take him to the horseshoe.
Yep. All right, y'all. So I'll just have to shout out our sponsor. But the Colts, bro. Rich, bro. How we feeling, man? Me and JD have had a lot of debates about this. If you want to, I think JD's. I think he's taking a little break. But whoever wants to.
Yeah.
This one. Oh, there he is. Perfect timing, JD. Anthony Richardson, bro. Talk to us. Why do you feel like Rich is an elite fantasy QB this season?
Well, because of the rushing aspect that he brings to the table, 100%, and then with the investments that Shane Steichen has made into this offense, not only having Michael Pittman, but Josh Downs last year having 64 receptions and almost 100 targets last year, even though a lot of that was with the Ginsu, 100%, but still. He shows that he walks into the league having production. Then with the addition to Mitchell was I think a third round pick, if not mistaken, a second round pick. So that shows you where they're at on the offense and investing into Anthony Richardson's success. And then on top of that, having maybe one of the best offensive line in the game, at least a top 10 offensive line in the game. Mm-hmm. And then hopefully you're getting a 17 game season with JT, the bigger figure, man, 100%, man. Jonathan Taylor, 100%. So, the offense, the offense and the organization have believe in Shane Steichen, and they seen what Shane Steichen did for Jalen Hurts, who wasn't a first round pick like how Anthony Richardson, maybe a top 10 pick, if I'm not mistaken. I have a lot of medicine that I'm trying to roll some medicine up right now. You know what I mean? My boy was at least a top 10 pick, if not a top 15 pick. Jalen Hurts was a third round pick. You know what I mean? Jalen Hurts got benched in the national championship. That, just as a talent wise, it's a little bit different. Not to say
Richardson was fourth overall.
Can't be a Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, playoff winning quarterbacks, Hall of Fame quarterbacks, but just the talent wise that Anthony Richardson presents, to this league, man. I think that if he plays 17 games and all the talent around him, and if we talking like how I said when we was doing the mock draft Monday, 3,500 yards ain't nothing but 200 yards a game in 17 games. That's more than 3,500 yards. And then if I gave him 700 yards on the ground, that ain't nothing but 50. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
that's
is
realistic.
way on the
and then 25 total. Maybe 25 total tugs, you know what I mean? A mixture of on the air.
I said a 21 to 14 INT ratio, but I said like 7 TDs on the ground, you know, and
yeah,
like
so he'll probably get close to 30 total tugs.
That's on the floor, bro, and 100%. And the quarterbacks that's that you're having to choose around where he's going right now in single quarterbacks is him and CJ Stroud that I've been seeing. And you can argue that CJ Stroud has just the same as the weapons invested in him for his success as well. But you just gonna have to take your pick. And with me, I just think that the rushing capability and the tugs is gonna be there for him to be able to outperform where you got him at 100% if he play all 17. Which we can't project injuries, but that's where I'm at on Anthony Richardson 100%.
I feel that. I recently moved him up over Burrow in my rankings. I had them like neck and neck, but I mean, shoot, Burrow, I was thinking like, well, injury risk. I mean, hell, Burrow's super injury prone. So I was like, I'm knocking injury, Richardson for injuries. I got to knock Burrow too. And just with the rushing upside, I'll give Richardson the slight edge there. They're really close. So Dak's another one in that range. I'd say that's probably the tier 2 QBs. The tier 1, I'd say, is Allen, Hurts, Mahomes, Lamar. Pretty clear tier 1 in my opinion, in my humble opinions. That'll be a full show next week. But anyway, the tier 2 is, in my humble opinion, A-Rich, Stroud, Dak, and Burrow. And I think the order I have them right now is Stroud, Dak, A-Rich, Burrow. So it's like, man, there's just so many good QBs out there. It's fun time to play fantasy because it's like the NFL. Not to get too deep here, but I think the NFL knows how many of us rock with fantasy to where they're making the rules more and more in favor of offenses, where we're seeing more and more of these crazy, productive passers and stuff. Although last season it kind of cracked itself a little bit, but I think this season we're going to really see some crazy numbers get put up. And just, man, these guys have to stay healthy, though, so let's hope A-Rich, Burrow, and them boys can stay on the field for all 17.
That's crazy that you said that, bros, because, with me trying to find myself talk about fantasy football, before fantasy football, it was Niner gang or nothing, you know what I mean? But now trying to get into this, it opens your eyes to everything what's going on in the league, and it ain't no bias like fuck the kid, because my main rival is the Cowboys, and it's always been FU to the Cowboys, and 100%. But when you're doing this type of stuff, like you said, the NFL knows how much that people play this, and not only does it bring eyes to their teams, but that red zone for
that red zone channel, yeah,
that's a must on top of another TV watching your game and whatever else games is on. 100%, you got to have the 2 TVs going on. You got 2 TVs going on for one product on 2 different platforms. They balling and they know what the red zone is about 100%. So they know, bro, them is facts.
Yep. They want more offense, more red zone plays, more scoring. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Anthony Richardson is a great product for the NFL too, because if we can get him to be flashy and successful and do the things that we can downright say we know that he's capable of doing big things, and that's what the NFL needs is a young guy who was drafted to a team that has a huge following. There's Colts fans everywhere in this country. If he could revitalize those fans and then let us fantasy owners like reap the benefits of having like the next, good Lamar Jackson style like running back, that's a win-win for everyone. I do like Anthony Richardson.
I think he's too expensive.
I can see why though, because he sits in that tier that Spencer laid out. Like in that type of tier, you're gonna have to pay up to get those quarterbacks. Now, I would definitely like Spencer said, I have Stroud and at the top of that group. But I'm kind of bullish. I have Stroud up in the top 5. Like he's part of that tier 1 with me. The way that offense, the way that they roll, and
all the weapons, bro.
Roll.
Don't take the foot off the gas. Like, well, towards when. Let's say they have a lead and they come out there and you expect them to, kind of run the ball or whatever. They don't. They're just going to come out like if they're trailing. So CJ will throw that towards the end of the year. They started doing that anyway. Letting CJ really get into the playbook and throw. So
yeah, I like CJ's job.
Yeah, but to touch up on the Colts and just kind of throw my 2 cents in there, I think they're a real dangerous team. If like we all said, if AR can stay healthy, we've seen what he can do in the small sample size, and let's really tear people up with his legs, and that's the advantage. Now, will teams kind of catch on after a while and try to limit that? Probably, right, at some point in the season. And then the question is, can he develop and take the next step as a passer? And that is what is yet to be seen. So for me, I'm always one of those, I don't like to be too early on some of these guys if the risk is really high as far as ADP goes. So for me, I'll probably just pass and wait and see on A-Rich. And so I'll probably just miss out, on this year and see what happens, right, for next year and see like, oh, he's the next cheat code, right? But nobody's drafting Lamar, number 1 overall, reaching for him because he runs. So I don't see why, what the big hoopla is for AR when we haven't seen it yet. We're just extrapolating a 4-game sample size from a rookie.
The good old extrapolation.
Myself, but I have indeed seen Lamar go QB1 overall. Like, it's crazy to say, wow, anybody's going to go over Allen. Maybe Mahomes, but no, I've seen Lamar go over all of the quarterbacks.
And that's the mindset, though, right? Like, that's what I would be. I wouldn't be targeting A-Rich, the few picks later or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So if you really believe that that's the difference, then I would be going for someone who's proven and has been an MVP before and stuff. So my target would be somebody like Lamar.
Yeah.
As of right now, I'm looking
I've done a lot of.
After Anthony Richardson, you got Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray.
Don't hear what I'm not saying.
Brock Purdy.
Who's between
Murray? Yeah, right there. That's
Kyler Murray even goes before the Brock.
Yeah, Kyler Murray's consensus QB9. I think it's Kyler, J. Love, and the Brock. 9, 10, 11.
You're never going to get a value.
And they got Dak in there too.
Dak's like QB.
And so if you want to argue any of those quarterbacks after Anthony Richardson, Dak would be the one because Dak has a top 3 finish last year, even though
I have Dak over
come into this year. But other than that, out of all them quarterbacks, even though I love what Brock Purdy brings to the table, I would definitely go ahead and take that chance on Anthony Richardson out of all 5 of those quarterbacks, bro, except for Dak, 100%. But, you see what Dak dealing with, you know what I mean? And, what if is about CD, even though CD, hopefully that Jerry Jones gives him his money, gets him out there.
Oh, he will. Jerry Jones
go into the regular season.
I ain't worried about
but, that's still an if right there, 100%. So, I love Anthony Richardson where he's being drafted at right now.
And Iffy, we're gonna have some more lists coming, bro. That's for sure. We're gonna do some new rankings.
He was just talking about that shit off camera.
Tier list. Yeah, facts, bro. Yeah, we'll definitely have more lists. So stay tuned for that. So I think we've broken down the A-Rich situation pretty in depth. Let's move on now to JT. JT in the backfield. It seems like it's pretty clear that it's just him and a bunch of just random guys like Trey Sermon, a bunch of just Dirtyman, just kind of random other guys. So where JT, bro, and that Shane Steichen system, I mean, I feel like if he's healthy, he should finish top 5. It's just the last 2 years we haven't really gotten that production out of him. So are you guys willing to take the chance on him getting back to the elite RB1 form, or do y'all just feel like he's too risky?
The real question is, who are you taking him over? You know what I mean? Because he's kind of – I didn't see him in the 12-team single quarterback jump into the back end of the first round. I ain't did that shit, but
that's where he be going. Happen. Yeah, he be going high,
you also
bro.
Seen Saquon come into the back end of the first round.
Saquon, Gibbs. That's the tier 2 running backs.
Yeah. You got Saquon, you got Jonathan Taylor.
I'd probably take Saquon over him for sure. That's just me.
I think
Bijan's tier 1
Hall is tier 2, and CMC is by itself. So then
you put CMC by himself.
That's like the super tier, like.
Yeah,
Superior.
S tier. Yeah, S tier CMC. Then A tier Bijan, Breeson, and B tier would be Gibbs, Saquon, JT, and maybe Kyron, but probably just those other three if you want to be picky. So yeah, to me, JT, it's like
I feel
I've
like
gotten to the point to where I could
Sure.
see myself drafting him over Saquon. Because here's my thing, like Saquon, my concern with Saquon is that like the way the Eagles have the great O-line, but it's like he's the kind of back that like he's more of like a breakaway kind of back to where like I think the new O-line will help him for sure. It's just that like his kind of style, it's like I don't know how well he'll fit in there right away. Where JT, I think in Steichen's system, as long as he's healthy, he's going to be a hitter right off the bat. And I think if he plays all 17, I think JT leads the league in rushing yards.
I think it'll be easy for Saquon. Did you see
I agree with
Swift was running through hallways last season? Like
you got AJ Brown and Devontae Smith out there, bro. He's not gonna see too many stacked boxes, bro. 100%. Peacock just said, man, he was running in little itty bitty alleyways and having to jump out of phone booths and come out with his cape on in New York City, aka Gotham City, and make magic out of nothing. 100%. Now you go to Philly across the way where it's it might be smooth sailing.
They've got a great O-line. I mean, I think honestly, if I'm placing bets on people to lead the league in rushing, I'd say Saquon and JT would probably be my favorites. I just think King Henry's a little too old. I know he's in the new spot too that could be really good, but I think Saquon and JT as far as like yards from scrimmage, I'd still take CMC, Brees, or Bijan, but as far as pure rushing yards, JT and Saquon are probably the best in the game right now.
I mean, that's a great comparison for the King and JT situationally because they both got mobile QBs that run that RPO, and it definitely opens up lanes for each other. Like if you got a spy that could open up the running lane, you know what I mean? A spy on the QB, that, like I said, I could open up a running lane for the running backs. Vice versa. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You drop someone into that box, and then boom, there goes old Richardson around the edge, bro. And he's going these are the things that I would expect. And he has to be healthy all year because he's too risk for reward for me. And it's hard to bank on when they say too, they're like, oh, we ain't changing nothing we doing with him.
Yeah, that's the thing that scared me. What do you mean? Aren't you gonna slide or run out of bounds?
We got Joe Flacco.
I got Joe Flacco, Mighty Joe, bro. Mighty Joe.
That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna get banged up because he's not gonna run out of bounds. He's not gonna slide. He's just gonna continue to play the way that he did, from what I've heard. So that's the thing that does scare me. And then he had
coming off the shoulder surgery, bro. They need to protect him from himself.
Shoulder surgery, all within 4 weeks. You know what I mean?
He was the 4th overall pick. I feel like they're gonna have to dial it back somewhat.
I said he was a top 10 pick.
Yeah, I remember I was like, he's 4th overall because they took him at his ceiling. Because the top 2 from that draft were Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud, and then Will Anderson was 3, and then Richardson was 4th.
But that's the thing, though. Even though if they still continue to running, it's just when and where when they decide to running. Don't crash them out 100%. You know what I mean? And then with the investments that you've already made, you already got a Michael Pittman. You invested in Downs. You invested in Mitchell. Now you got Jonathan Taylor coming back for the beginning of the season, which you didn't have last year. You know what I mean? I think that Shane Steichen, he's a hell of a coach, and we seen what he did with the offense that that's over there in Philadelphia before.
He was one of the architects.
He's the one that got Miles Sanders back to fantasy relevancy 100% on everything. Even though Miles Sanders didn't catch no receptions that season, but Miles Sanders hit for 1,000 in that Philadelphia offense. So you know what I mean? I think that Shane Steichen and what he presents and these young brothers that he got as chess pieces on this offense, I think that the sky's the limit for him. Even though even though it's a small sample size with Anthony Richardson, if we get a 17-game season out of him, bro, and the numbers that I kind of quoted, man, that shit is on the low, man. He can really outperform that, bro, easily, bro.
I will say,
as long as he plays.
If I'm in a super flex and I got a Anthony Richardson, more than likely I'm probably gonna hold a Joe Flacco. You know what I mean?
Later on,
for sure. Handcuff that for sure.
Because he actually has a notable backup. You know what I mean? That's worth the damn it's not like I'm having Watson like, oh, I need to hold on to Winston. It's because Richardson is a mobile guy. Like, same way. I'll view a Lamar Jackson where it's like at least with Lamar Jackson, we know what we're getting because it's proven. And like with Anthony Richardson, he's the flavor of the offseason because we all love that extrapolation.
And I'm glad that you brought that up. So let me ask you this. What chess pieces would you rather have? Would you rather have besides the quarterback pieces, what pieces would you have? Indy's pieces or Baltimore's pieces? On offense.
Indy's
Yeah, that's a good segue. Let's talk about
You'd
Indy's
rather have
pieces.
for sure, Peak. I
Michael
agree, bro.
Pittman, bro, how he feeling? Is he a WR1 this season?
He's a great value. He was.
Yeah, because he's doing like a low end. He goes like it's like a 2 a lot of
I'm
times.
always like
30% target market share in those games. I mean, the ADOT wasn't shit, but he definitely was peppering Michael.
Yeah, the
Pittman,
Ginsu, bro. The Ginsu was peppering, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Slicing and dicing, baby.
So we do love. I mean, and they paid him, and he got the Ohio pedigree, so we love that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Ohio State, bro.
I mean, was
Lave
last year
G
his third
Dub.
year?
All part of that. Yeah.
Oh,
Last year was his third year.
So look, if AR can be better than
Wait, no, I think year 3.
Pittman went to
He was a
USC.
2020 guy.
Yeah, he went to USC. Pittman went to USC.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
Pittman
That's
went to
true. Who was the
USC, buddy.
Ohio State boy? They had an Ohio State. I thought Pittman was.
Oh, he was
Ohio
an
State.
Ohio State guy. Okay.
Yeah, I thought he was too. My bad. Yeah, and last year was his 4th year.
I
I'm
definitely
tripping.
lose a little more respect.
Well, with that being said, let me take a little break here. I've been holding this in. I need to go take a break, and I'll be right back, y'all.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, Pittman. Yeah, USC. I've always liked his tape. I think that he's a phenomenal, athlete as far as wide receiver. So, if AR can find him, it just depends, right? Look, if we're talking about them, what's going to be their identity? Or are they going to establish the run, establish JT, then go with AR, and then occasionally, play action and pop one downfield, or are they going to mix it up? I mean, it just depends, right? It depends because we don't know what type of passing volume this team's going to put up. So, besides Pittman, then they have an addition to which is Mitchell, right? And how that's going to DV up. I mean, what are we expecting him to throw for? As far as that goes, I think the sample size was still too small. So, like I said, there's still a lot of things that are there. I mean, I know that it might seem easy to pass or smash certain numbers as far as like thresholds go, right? So he can finish at a certain spot for fantasy football. But it's how is he going to react to a full season? How is he going to react to division opponents, seeing him multiple times in a year? I don't think he played anybody twice. So it's still essentially 4 games in, and I know he was explosive on the fly, but what about when the team is trailing and every situation needs to be a passing situation? Or I think that we just really didn't see enough to know the answers to those questions. So it's just scary to me, but I still believe that throughout a whole entire season, Pittman should be the wide receiver 1 for that team and finish as like maybe a mid-range wide receiver 2 for fantasy. I don't see him finishing as a wide receiver 1 unless AR comes out and really surprises us and he's just, dotting these guys, downfield and they're scoring a bunch of touchdowns and blowing people up and they're doing kind of like what the Texans did last year, Nico Collins kind of deal. That's the only way I see Pittman kind of rising up to, to finish inside the top 12 at wide receiver.
Yeah, that's about the range that he goes to. Is like Nico, Pittman, and among like a few of the like Travis Etienne running backs. Like I do tend to value the wide receivers, so I wouldn't get Pittman over Nico, but I do like Pittman over those running backs. I like the idea that he's the only game in town. I know Josh Downs was praised highly by the organization, and then AD Mitchell, he could turn into a thing. But right now, I don't think he's in position to be a thing right at the moment, unless he outright like balls out and wins preseason, and then he gives himself a bump in my rankings. But he could get there. It's just like I don't know how many yards there are for that passing game in general to go distribute, and if that's if we're going to involve the offense around the running game like we expect it to, a lot of those yards might go to JT on receptions as well. How many? I saw Tino drop the 3.7 that well. I'm like, maybe if like everything works, that's like the ceiling. But I think we're more looking at like a 3,100, 3,200, which still isn't bad for a running quarterback when you add the production on the ground, and if they decide to punch it in as well with the quarterback, I could see him producing the QB1 output. It's very risky. I don't know. I like a few of the pieces on that squad. I'm okay with taking JT. Maybe not, at a value. If he slips to the middle of the second round, end of the second round, then I might fire it up. But a lot of the times in a single QB, you're seeing him go at the end of the first round. It's probably too early for me.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
ready
just
to
putting it like, you're the 12th pick, and then you have the pick right after that, and you're gonna be like, okay, I'll take, whatever wide receiver and whatever then JT, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I typically won't. I'll probably pass him over too for somebody else. Usually, that's just my preference. I don't like to be rooting for a lot of Colts.
Yeah, for sure.
Pittman was force fed last year. He had 156 targets on 109 receptions for 1152. Bro, the touchdowns wasn't there. It was only 4 TDs, but
That's
he
a
was
lot of targets.
overall wide receiver last year.
That's funny.
That's a lot of targets, and there was nobody else there. I think Josh Downs is still on the team. Like, he's not demanding any
Lego
targets.
my ego. What up, bro?
What's
Let go.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm back, yo. I'm back.
Guru.
Yeah,
Back in
he
this
had to go
bitch,
hit the reset or what?
Oh yeah, bro. That shit was. I was getting all kind of facts wrong. I was like, man, let me just hit the reset, bro. I was butchering where people went to college and shit. I was like, man, I gotta shake back. But yeah, we are right now. Let's y'all discuss all the Colts receivers. I'm guessing like Jelani Salami, Adonai.
Yeah, we didn't talk
Josh
about
Downs.
Yeah, I just mentioned him right now, but didn't really talk about him.
What's the rookie name?
Adonai Mitchell.
AD.
Appreciate you, Effie. Yeah, AD.
He on the they say he worked his way up to the number 3 spot. I can see him being the number
Yeah, he
2
could probably
option.
beat out Alec Pierce and maybe
I'm
even
pretty
Josh
sure
Downs.
he was drafted to be the number 3.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah, I said
like
Josh
he-
Downs, I think, has had a good connection with Anthony Richardson so far. To where I think Josh Downs is there to stay.
But I
not
also
worried
think we're
about
looking
Josh
at very
Downs.
low volume too. Like it's not a big pie that's going to be split up. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm
Yeah, I
thinking.
think
That's what
Pittman
we're
is
just
the
saying.
guy, and like
It's gonna take most of that.
Yeah, but Downs commanded almost 90. I think to be exact was 94 targets, 92 targets. He was the third
That
targeted
ain't
most
bad.
rookie last year, bro.
That's not
What was
bad
the
at
ADOT
all.
on that? I feel like he
I
was.
was gonna say the ADOT was definitely shorter because he was predominantly
Yeah.
a slot guy.
Right.
like,
I mean, he ain't bad.
He had some big plays too. Remember the game against the Browns when they came back to beat the Browns? He killed that game. They hit him with a short one in the end zone, and they hit him with a big one down the field.
He's a dog, Lukey. Like, he's someone that I got him in the Gen Wealth Dynasty, and I'm glad I did. Like, I think he's someone
He
that's
got him
got
crazy late too.
bright future, 100%. Yep. So
Yeah,
anyway,
right.
I do
But,
want to say
I
though.
know-
Oh, we got
probably the
King
only one I
D.
have.
What up, King D? Appreciate
What
you
up,
tuning
King?
in, bro.
Appreciate
LBC, what's up, bro? California,
with it.
stand up, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Yep. So, any more thoughts
See
on
the
the
Colts
Colts?
winning 9-ish games, at least if and possibly a lot more if Anthony Richardson is what he seems he could be and stays healthy. So
I mean, what do we need from him? Like, if we get 12 games, is it worth the draft capital, right? Because
by the end of the year, you want him for a championship time, So
yeah, you're right. I guess
Yeah,
it
we
doesn't
just
matter the
don't
time of
know.
the year.
We just don't know. Yep.
like if he's hurt at the beginning of the year for like 4 weeks with something and then comes back and tears it up, then it's worth it, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
But if it happens in week
I
8,
won't know what that's like because I'm kind of a vagine when it comes to like my redraft QBs, even though that's supposed to be the time when you go in on the mobile guys.
Yeah, well, like I tried to play it safe last year.
I only play Superflex pretty much. So you're not coming up on QBs like that.
I tried to play it safe last year. I drafted Joe Burrow, and he got hurt like twice throughout the season.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, you can't predict. Yeah, injuries are just you can't really predict them.
It is a higher.
It's a higher risk for.
Yeah, because he runs, bro, 100%.
It is
like out of the top 5 rounds, bro. He's one of the ones that I'm willing to take that risk on. I think the Neighbors might be the other one that I take that risk on. I'm passing on Marvin Harrison Jr. just based on that there's no other receiver next to him. You still got McBride, but if I'm taking a swing for the fences in the first 5 rounds, the person that I'm taking it on is going to be Anthony Richardson, 100%, bro.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. You want to limit the risk throughout the team or the roster building.
Everybody else, I want people that's already then got film on tape. We call it wax. When you got to work on wax, you know what I mean? That's, you got film on, shit like that, bro. 100%.
Yep. For sure.
You got to work on the wax, bro. When you got the tape, you know what I'm saying? The tape don't lie. And I love to extrapolate.
Right, yeah, dude, the per 17 pace. Yeah, exactly. It's always fun to do. But all right, it's time for Peacock's moment, y'all. We were saving the defending division champions for last. So
7-1-8.
Without further ado, here they are. H-Town. Stand up, Houston Texans. Outlook. What you got for us, Peacock?
Yeah, I mean, well, there's obviously a lot of hype. The addition of Stephon Diggs is probably the biggest thing over the offseason for these guys. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, take your medicine, bro. It's all good.
I gotta take mine now.
Shout out to the Brotherhood, disbanded Brotherhood. He's saying AR.
Shout out to the disbanded Brotherhood, man.
Big up, man.
Yeah, but the addition of Stephon Diggs to this offense, plus Joe Mixon, who's right now he's dealing with supposedly a quad/hamstring. I'm not really sure what it is.
Mixon's ruled out tomorrow. Lee had put that in the chat.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's the Hall of Fame game. They're not playing CJ or any of those other dudes. So
yeah, no fantasy relevant players are playing tomorrow.
David Mills to start. John Mechie, you get to see him probably act as the wide receiver 1, or at least.
Yeah, that'll be fun to watch. Shout out to Mechie, bro.
Yeah, also Xavier Hutchinson, Damian Pierce.
He's fighting for a spot on the team too. So.
You may or may not see Brevin Jordan. I don't think you will. You'll probably see Cade Stover, the rookie pick. And
shout out Stover, bro. That's an Ohio State kid.
Right. Yeah. And a slew of some of the other tight ends that are in the room. So I think
that's right. That was his boy back in the days. Huh?
Yeah. So I think that you'll probably see him, right? And then, of course, Kamari Lassiter on the defensive side. But, yeah, Hall of Fame game tomorrow. Then, of course, Andre Johnson is getting his gold jacket. He's going to be enshrined as the first Houston Texans Hall of Famer. So that's
wow, that's badass. Oh, that's right. JJ just retired.
Yeah, so JJ just retired. He's not quite eligible yet.
He's definitely a first ballot, but this is good history, man.
So we'll get to see that. And, Caleb Williams will be playing tomorrow. I don't know why they should.
Wait, no, he's not playing. I thought he was ruled out.
What's that?
Oh, is he Caleb? I thought he wasn't playing.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's not playing.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he. Okay, my bad. I thought you said he was.
He did get his nails done though.
No,
he's going to get a couple of series.
His nails are game ready.
But it is what it is. But yeah, the offense seems poised. Bobby Slowick is back in his second year. He did not leave. He had a lot of head coaching opportunities that came his way, and he ended up remaining in Houston.
The Falcons too.
He ended up staying in Houston to keep the continuity with.
That's awesome. Him and Ben Johnson stayed.
Right. I was about to say Ben Johnson, the quarterback coach there. So you have him and CJ Stroud, and they're just all going in here year 2, a little bit more open playbook, a little bit better understanding, more control. First, probably 4 to 6 games of the season, it was. CJ was on kind of like a leash at least the first 2.5 for sure. And then the second half versus the Colts after Anthony Richardson got knocked out of the game, you saw CJ kind of take the reins, start throwing the ball around. He saw a touchdown deep to Tank Dell. And then after that is, slowly but surely, it was like, let CJ cook. If you guys saw any of the H-Town huddles shows last season, where I would come on and talk about, the game afterwards and then the upcoming matchup. A lot of the times I was talking about how they need to let CJ cook. I know he's a rookie, but they got to just take the reins off and let him cook. And I feel like at the very beginning of the season, they're trying to protect him and run the football a lot and establish the run with Dameon Pierce, which wasn't working at the time. And the smorgasbord mixing and matching of the island of misfit offensive line. The Texans slated starting offensive line before the season never played a snap of meaningful football together all season long. So for CJ Stroud to do what he did last year as a rookie with that going on in the front of him, I think was miraculous. They got the ball out very quick. CJ has great mechanics, so he gets the ball out fast. He's very quick as far as his reads. And he's not a one read, I'm going to take off and run. He might be a one read, move out of the pocket with my legs, extend the play, look downfield for a huge gainer to Tank Dell or Nico Collins or Dalton Schultz even. So now I think with the addition of Stephon Diggs, a true wide receiver one, I feel like he has two wide receiver ones. And
Nico, bro. Yeah, Nico.
Exactly. Nico broke out last year, and all it took was CJ Stroud, So they're going to run three wide receiver sets a ton. So all three wide receivers are going to be viable and pop off. They might just not be we'll see how consistent it is. I think Tank Dell may or may not be the one to suffer at times, or Diggs. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. A couple of times last year, we didn't get to see that because Nico Collins missed 2 games, and then Tank Dell was out for after.
They never had all of them together.
Yeah, Tank Dell almost missed half of the second half of the season in its entirety. After week 11, I think is when he went out, or it was week 13, and then he also missed a game and a half from a concussion. So he missed several games. I think he only played a total of like 11. He made 11 appearances, which wasn't a lot because 2 of those he was knocked out of in the first or second quarter. With those guys being healthy, being back, a full Tank Dell, if you want to talk about extrapolations, you can extrapolate Tank Dell's rookie season. I think he would have ended up with like 14 plus touchdowns. So,
he was a hitter, bro. I can do it right now. Let's extrapolate.
Yeah, go ahead and do that while I continue talking. Pace was ridiculous, and he has a real connection with CJ Stroud. They got drafted together, came into the league
12 tugs.
There you go, 12. If I said 14.
But 80 for 1205. That's insane, though. Yards. That's a lot of yards for a rookie receiver. 1,205.
His ADOT was
average 15 or a catch. That's really good.
Yeah, so he was
shout out to Tank Dell.
Yeah, he could move like a Nico served more as the intermediate and slant guy, and I feel like now with the addition of Diggs will take over that role. Nico can move over out of the top, and then they can be a little more gadgety. I don't know if that's a word, but they can use Tank Dell.
Yes, it is.
It's a word here, goddammit.
Extrapolate.
We speak our own language.
Yeah, so they can put Tank in motion. They can put Nico in motion. All the 3 guys can play in the slot, essentially. You don't really want to do it too much with Nico. He's just like a really big, good physical wide receiver, ex-receiver, right? And that's why I feel like he's their one, really. But, Diggs coming in here with this probably like 2-year rental contract. We'll see how well it works out and if they're going to go ahead and keep him for the following year. But I like all 3 wide receivers. All 3 are going to be starting and be on the field a lot. Texans were like 90%, I think, or something like that in the 3 wide receiver sets, which is really high. And then Bobby Slowick is just so brilliant with his play calling. And he says that it's really easy because CJ Stroud makes it easy, right? So if he can trust CJ enough, and I think that you saw that a lot, letting him just kind of take over as far as, trusting what he could do downfield. And CJ is just so accurate. And he only threw the ball, I think, like as a team, it was 499 attempts or something. So not even 500 attempts for him to.
And he didn't even play a full season.
Yeah, and he missed 2 games with a concussion. And then with a lack of a running game completely, like there was no running game for half of the season until Devin Singletary started to kind of pick it up. And they found what was up with that after Dameon Pierce got injured and the bye week happened. So he essentially lost the job.
Sergio Mix-a-Lot.
And with only 499 passes attempted, he had 4 receivers with 75 attempts, 75 targets or more.
Yeah, targets, yeah. So there's a good chance that I don't want to say that he could be one of those like, hey, we can have 3 1,000-yard receivers, but you never know, right? As if they really let him cook and throw the ball.
They definitely have 2.
Yeah, they're probably best
have 2.
Yeah, they'll definitely have 2, right? And so now the name of the game is like, which one are you drafting at their ADP? To me personally, what I do, the way that he's being kind of left and forgotten, I really like him as a value. If he ever jumps in front of one of the other wide receivers, which I don't think he will, I'd still draft the last Texans wide receiver.
There's a case.
And that's a damn good case, Peacock, because he was one of them 4 that had 75 targets, and he only played 10 games.
Yeah, facts. This is my take on the Texans
that's
receiver.
7 a game. That's 7 targets a game, and that's not going to die out.
Those targets were valuable because he's getting open down the field. He's if you want to press him, he's going to beat you deep, and if you're going to play zone, he's just going to find that 10, 12, 15 yards and soft and fall down. Really
and then
smart.
Like how Bogey was talking about his ADOT. His ADOT was 14.3, which is 12th at the position, bro.
Yeah, they were way up there. If you look at Nico's numbers too, he was top 10 top 12 wide receiver in many categories. So he was on fire. I think that they'll be able to support all 3 of these guys fairly well, and then especially if the offensive line stays healthy and they have a better run game. Joe Mixon kind of mixing in there, no pun intended, but
Joe Mix-a-lot. He likes touchdowns and he cannot lie.
That shirt needs to come.
Yes,
it's now that he's a Texan. That shirt,
Texan for sure. and there is a case to be made with Diggs there that there will be more probable down the field wide open
matchups
for Tank because there's going to be so much more that you got to cover in this passing game. And man, with that 15-yard ADOT, man, that's like Guccini said. I don't think that necessarily goes away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's a good point there too. Disbanded Brotherhood.
Yeah, Noah Brown. Noah's talking about Noah Brown.
Yeah, he's slated to be their wide receiver.
He had 5 targets last year. He just. So that's the thing.
He's beating out John Mechie right now.
You could go 5 receivers over 50 targets, 100%. Noah Brown.
Yeah, he had 55 targets last year at only 10 games.
100%. And he had some boom games too, because I remember in the TFL,
he was a flex play.
I had took Noah Brown in the TFL off the fucking wire. Noah Brown came through. He had some big.
If he was healthy and they were playing at home, he was going to pop off.
But that
was the thing. Like sometimes it's like, oh, he had a hamstring this week, so it's like, don't play him. And all of a sudden,
they were getting it all in one big one too. Like it would just be like, boom, 50-yard house call.
Yeah, 50-yard touchdown. Yeah, they were like one catch for 20, and then like boom, like a 40-yard touchdown, and then that was it.
We'll take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so now, what about price wise? Like, let's just break. Like when it comes to CJ Stroud, are we spending is this crazy? Like over Jalen Hurts?
No, I can't do it, man.
No. I can't. I gotta keep him at QB5. I'm not taking him over Mahomes, Lamar, Hurts, or Allen, bro. Like we gotta be realistic.
I could definitely see him.
You're taking him over Joe Burrow?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely over Burrow.
I like that because I want to get Joe Burrow out of value this year.
Oh yeah, I got him in the 8th round. I got him in the 8th round on Mock Draft Monday, bro. Burrow is done.
I'll probably take Burrow right after.
Right?
But here's the question about Burrow or Dak.
Dak.
Probably take Dak.
Yeah, I'm with Dak too.
Here's the thing. Burrow is going to go higher than Dak. And so it's like that's probably why I'll end up with more Dak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love Burrow.
Dak is
one thing is
too,
Dak went higher than Burrow on Monday night. I got Burrow.
Yeah,
I got Burrow in the 8th round, bro.
League.
I got Burrow in the 8th round.
Damn.
That's awesome. I mean,
I stole Burrow and I stacked him with Chase because Chase was my 1st round pick.
See, I'm not mad at that at all.
And if I hadn't drafted so much Burrow last year, I'd be all over it this year.
Yeah, he did burn us last year, but that's the thing. We'll get him at a value this year, unlike last year when we had to pay out the ass to get Burrow. But yeah, this year it's like
I don't want to really pay up for CJ, and people know that I'm like targeting him if he's starting to fall in drafts because they just know like I'm a Texans.
Yeah, we have Texans in your
I never drafted him.
Is CJ a lock for 4,500? because then like I would have.
He's definitely a lock for 4. He's a lock for 4th hour.
Hell yeah, no, I say he's a lock for 45 based on because you got Andy. I mean, not Andy Dalton, fucking Dalton Schultz, who's able to stretch the fucking the perimeter. I mean, the hashes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
now you got Diggs
so many mismatches to where if you double teaming a Nico or Stephon, then you got a tank. You still got Schultz, and then you got he like touchdowns and he can't like
Sergio Mix-a-Lot.
Emmanuel Acho was breaking down the Texans offense the other day with I forgot who else, right? But he was talking about like, all right, so if the Texans come out in this formation, you know, what are your best chances to stop them? And he was just like, man, I guess I'd have to do this. And so he puts them in zone, and then they line up like Diggs, Stephon, Schultz, and all these guys, right? And it's like, man, these okay, you're gonna get burned here, all right? So I'm gonna man up, and then he's like, well, nope, I'm gonna get burned here, and then he's like, well, I'm gonna go man under halves, right, with 2 safeties over the top, and just hope that all these guys can play man coverage underneath.
That's kind of crazy because that's what the league morphed into with passers like Mahomes and Allen, where they just like, all right,
you gotta play that 2 shell.
Yeah, the 2 shell.
Hope that they don't kill you, and that's what I
can see them respecting Stroud like that because, like, how else are you gonna stop that attack? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And that's, I think, when they start doing that, okay, we're gonna do 2 shell. That's like what JD just said. Now you're gonna start seeing mixing in on that all that stuff because you have everybody playing man underneath, and you're gonna be manned up with some linebacker. Yep, with their back turn running a passing route, and there goes Mixon downfield or something, or off to the sideline, and boop, one guy to beat.
Not only that though, big bro. Remember what we seen him do when he lost in the semifinals, or was it in the Natty? He was also showing his ability to take off. So if you got everybody that's looking behind him and it's manned up, he does have the ability to extend play. So we might even see
3 rushing touchdowns
ability out of him this year too, because we've seen it before.
I'll give him 5 this year.
He did, yeah. He had 3 last year where he was just like
I'm extrapolating.
He dropped back and everybody was gone, and he was just like whoop, walking in like they were easy. One of them he fought for like near the goal line, but the other 2 were easy. You know, nobody touched them. So he's smart enough to take those.
Texans are a heavy favorite to win the South, as if he is saying that.
The defense. We didn't talk about that. We don't. The IDPs. You know,
they got a lot of hitters: Aziz Al-Shaair, Christian Harris, Jalen Petrie, Will
Petrie have a buff back here, bro. I have a feeling.
I need it. The defensive ends.
When Daniil Hunter y'all brought in.
It's gonna be nasty over there, bro.
Yeah, they got some fucking hitters, bro. The Miko Ryans coach as the coach, bro. It's like,
it's a good time to be a Texans fan.
It is, man.
I told y'all nailed that rebuild, bro. Y'all
2024. Yeah, big credit, shout out to the GM Nick Caserio doing his thing. Big brain in it. You know, he made the right moves, and his drafts have been paying off, right? I mean, he was the one who ended up shipping out Deshaun Watson.
When they first got the new GM, I swear he extrapolated this whole thing.
I did.
A couple down years in a couple years he'll be in the Super Bowl.
Because the Texans for years, like this goes back to when Bill O'Brien was there, they tampered with New England to try to get Caserio over there, and it didn't work out. And then things started going. They started going other directions, and Easterby got his hands in there, and they started looking at other players that he liked.
Walking for Christ, remember that?
What the fuck? What are you?
That's a real thing.
For Christ, who did that shit?
Easterby or whatever his name was, man.
Who?
You might be able to find that footage.
We gotta pull that up.
What's his name? I'm gonna pull it up. What's his name?
Christ, we gotta pull that up before we sign off, bro. On everything.
Trying to motivate the guy.
Find it. What's his name?
Dave Easterby.
Who?
Come on, bro. That's crazy, bro.
I put it in the chat. You guys go look at it.
Don't worry, I got it.
But he was talking to like a chaplain, like a pastor or whatever, with the team, like a reverend or whatever. And then he came in as like some consultant. And anyways, he ended up becoming like a VP of player personnel at some point. And he was just like bringing in all these players who liked Christ and weren't good football players and stuff. So Anyways, yeah, that whole thing was something else. But
pull that up and send the link in the
I got
private
you,
chat,
don't even
JB.
trip.
Yeah,
So
for
this is
sure.
what Nick Caserio inherited, that and the Bill O'Brien scandals with him trading away, D-Hop and, and all that stuff. And then so Caserio had to orchestrate the deal with the Browns to get rid of Deshaun Watson, which, turned into a bunch of players that we now have on the roster.
100%. Fuck Deshaun Watson.
So,
Massage Watson, bro.
Yeah.
Hello, ladies. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You're a fucking NFL starting quarterback, bro. Like, it ain't that hard to pull when you're in the position you're in. Like, goddamn. But I guess he was wanting more than just the pull. He wanted the whole. He wanted the pause, the tugs, and all that bullshit. That's fucking crazy, bro. Because it's like the fucked up thing with Watson was that like he had like 20-something women accusing him, bro. It's like it wasn't just an isolated incident. He was going to fucking every massage parlor in Houston wanting that shit. That shit.
He's a Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, so he was apparently like talking to the
Massage
players.
Watson, bro. Yeah, I mean it's crazy.
He's trying to connect with the players, and he ended up saying something like to that effect about crip walking for Christ, like real corny. Like I don't know, like and just anyways, just
Wait, who said that?
really bad stuff. That was that guy that they were promoting within.
Oh, okay.
He was like he had his hands in everything. Like he was making moves for the team. I think that's one of the reasons why they played.
Oh, you guys found it?
No, we haven't found it yet. Yeah, crip walking for Christ. Yeah,
but I don't know if there's a video of it. I think he does. There is a video of it. I saw it.
Yeah, I've never seen the video.
They have a guy that says hashtag crip walk, dub C crip walk, clogging parody.
Yeah,
it does definitely sound like somebody.
There's a lot of crip walking videos out there, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah, old crip walk versus new crip walk.
It's funny because that's like the last thing Christ would probably like promote. Like
Christ was crip walking on water, bro.
That's what he said, right? Something like that. Like, he was trying to make it woke for the audience or something.
Yeah, he wanted to be hip, bro.
He thought he was gonna relate. He was like, "Yeah, you know what? Go in there, crip walking for Christ."
Yeah, but I'm now the city's hype. They have a rebranding of everything. All that stuff is in the past. They have the new H-Town Tough logos, the new uniforms, the new Battle Red stuff. So 20 years.
That's badass. The red one.
22 years had come and gone, and it was like time for a change. So they did that, and
dang, that's crazy. That's right, because they're the third youngest franchise right now.
I think
they're the youngest.
They are the
they're
youngest.
the
Yeah, that's right.
youngest. Yeah, the youngest.
Right.
Yeah,
22
the
years.
youngest franchise. Yeah. So, and we were talking about it earlier.
Jags
with
and the Panthers before them.
Correct. Yeah, that was in '95, maybe.
Yeah, because the Panthers, I remember them famously knocking out the Cowboys
in the playoffs. Quincy Carter was the quarterback for the Cowboys.
Was their first year.
Jake Delhomme, shout out to Jake Delhomme from Lafayette, the only Panthers team to go to the Super Bowl.
I remember going out drinking that night.
Oh, he's a Lafayette boy. Okay.
Yeah, Jake Delhomme, bro.
Yeah, is he the one that got the Tommy John? That's what fucked him up.
Yep. He had the elbow, bro. Yeah.
And he was bombing it to Steve Smith.
Steve Smith and Mushin Muhammad, bro. Yep.
Oh yeah. That was a good wide receiver too, bro.
That's a fucking throwback.
Yeah, they had some dogs, bro. They had Steven Davis in the backfield. Then later on, D'Angelo Williams, bro. D'Angelo Williams was a fucking dog. And Jonathan Stewart.
Yeah, sometimes I'll get into that in 2010 or something just to see what's on there. Who's on there?
He was there for a minute. He was actually sharing with CMC when CMC first got there.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, Stu lasted a while. Yep.
Yeah, he was one of those top running backs.
They were a 1-2 punch too, so they kind of kept mileage off each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they did. The Panthers had like that 1-2 punch going for years.
And D'Angelo Williams, I won a Super Bowl with him back in 2015 when he was.
When he did with the Steelers, bro, and Lev Bell went down, bro. All D'Angelo Williams.
D'Angelo Williams was the guy. Let's go.
He really was, bro.
Part of the fraternity. Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to D'Angelo Williams, bro. He was a dog. Man, Peacock, I was about to say, I've heard you say about all the Houston. Man, I missed the H-Town Huddle intro. Shout out to your boy with the
Yeah, that's his cousin.
That shit went hard.
Yeah, his cousin be gassing.
Yeah, your cousin, bro. That was a dope intro, bro. Like,
Yeah, I don't know if he really raps anymore, but yeah, he had some bangers out there. So I was like, I called him up and I was like, can I use one of your songs in like an intro? He's like, yeah, for sure. What the hell? Go for it.
You know what's hella funny too is like, man, like I always found it interesting because I know a lot of artists and then like they grow up and they have kids and then like they just if they weren't getting it going, they just kind of stopped making music even though they were hella dope. But like it's funny because I still be posting my shit because I don't stop making music. And then shout out to my guy Attila. I saw him the other week and I ain't seen him in years, and he was like, "You just don't stop, huh?" Like, no, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just keep going, bro. As long as I'm alive, I'm gonna keep going, bro.
Exactly, bro. Like it's not even about trying to blow up or anything. Like it's about like this is my stories right here, bro. You know what I mean? Like
it's therapy, bro.
It really is, though. You know what I mean? I mean, same thing with doing the pods and shit. Like you know what I mean? It's when you enjoy something, you know what I mean? It's not work. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's deeper than that. We really do this out of love, bro. Like this is passion, bro. Like I said, we got passion.
Yeah. We'll pass it on to generations. Okay.
Yeah, so the Texans do have the fourth toughest schedule in the NFL, supposedly. But like we talked about, the high-powered offense, the additions to the defense, they should be able to compete. So they won 10 games last year and a playoff game, which was super like overachieving. So worthy of that number one or division winner type schedule. But some of the notable games for them: Buffalo, Green Bay. The Jets are pretty tough as far as their defense goes. They do play Detroit, Dallas towards the end of the year. So, then they have the bye week, and then it's Miami, Kansas City, and Baltimore right before they finish off versus Tennessee. So those last three games after the bye week will probably be a good gauge of, how the season goes for them, crunch time. And that's kind of like how it was for them last year. They felt like every game towards the end of the season was a playoff game, and they needed to win them all. So once CJ got back from his concussion protocol deal, that's exactly what they did. They treated every game like a playoff game, and I think they went like 3 weeks in a row kind of doing that. So the opposite directions or opposite of what you saw from the Jaguars, who continued to lose games. I think they lost like 6 in a row or 5 in a row at one point. So I have all the confidence in the world.
I got to go to London too.
Well, they were winning over there. They had like a 5-game winning streak to start the season when they were in London. That's when they I would
imagine it would throw off my biorhythm.
During that time period, they had 2 teams come in, I think, at some point, and they mollywopped all the teams coming into London because they were already there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They get to stay there. I guess
that's a hidden agenda in itself. I think they're trying to get something permanent out there.
Well, they're building a new stadium, I believe, or they got something passed for them to get a new stadium here in Florida, or there in Florida. So,
the Jags, yeah.
I remember reading something about the NFL was looking into investing into some kind of super crazy fast jet. Do you remember that? This was a couple years ago, and they were like,
that would be dope.
They're like, if we get this jet, then we can have a Europe team or a fucking London team for real.
Fuck yeah. They can put the logo on the tail and just call it
nothing ever
Force One.
They probably think about that, man. You guys have some serious jet lag probably from that shit.
I mean,
I have no idea, right? Like when they got back to the States, maybe that's when stuff. I need to go back and look and see if that.
You time it. You time it when you're supposed to go to bed, and you just fucking wake up, get in the fucking limo, go to a hotel, and then continue your sleep because you're sleeping on the flight anyways.
Yeah.
Man, it's hard to get good sleep on a flight. Although if you're flying first class, it's like
these guys are flying first class most likely.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I ain't got the money for that. So I have trouble sleeping.
I can sleep anywhere.
I will admit, I got lucky though on my trip. I was running on an hour of sleep for my Northeast trip, but luckily I got a window seat on the way there, so I was able to just
kind of lean.
Exactly, kind of lean and catch. I didn't really sleep, but I at least got some rest to where when I picked up the rental car, it wasn't complete hell, at that point.
The couple times I flew during the COVID stuff where it's I'm in there, I got my hoodie on and a mask and my stunners and my hood. And I had a middle seat. And
that shit sucks.
I was sitting between 2 fairly large women.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah,
dude.
already took the
And they're having
elbow
always
thing.
getting in your space and shit, trying to buckle that shit, and you're like,
I was
fuck,
just like-
man.
I was just like this. I couldn't even.
Oh,
I wasn't even
that
trying to
shit.
sleep. I was just trying to fight all the germs
That
that were
shit sucks
in my mind that were
ass,
around me.
dude. Oh my god, yeah, I got so lucky with that. Believe me, I've had some bad luck where I've had to sit in the middle. That shit fucking sucks. But I got lucky with my trip that I got a window seat because man, that shit makes a world of difference.
Yeah, at least for the last couple times I flew around was like Vegas or San Diego. So it ain't too long on the flight type. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely. Especially because they circulate in that air in there. I'm still messed up when I'm in small little areas like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just never know.
That's fair. Yeah. Any more thoughts on the Texans?
Okay, I wanna talk
Anyone
about
else
Diggs a
before we
little bit.
close out?
I want
Okay.
to talk about Diggs a little bit.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
Okay, Diggs. Let's play Diggs or right.
All right. I'm not big on Diggs, but go ahead.
Either. I'm kind of passing on him.
I'm just trying to think of the range where he's
That's
going.
still-
Diggs or Debo?
Diggs. Okay.
Oh shoot. I still might go Diggs there.
Yeah, they're close.
I like the passing volume that I'm expecting coming out of the Texans.
Yeah, Diggs came in there and he looks like he's going to be their one also. So it's weird. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know how to shake out.
If we can get 35 to 40 pass attempts a game,
I mean, we'll see, right? We'll see what happens.
They kind of are, like you said, they foot on the gas pedal type, right?
They do. They'll come out and be like, "Oh shit, they just passing on first down here." Okay, and then it's like a shot. Like,
If he's saying Diggs over Debo.
yeah, go back and look at like when they played the Steelers, right? And you look at that game and like it was 36-6, and in the fourth quarter, like to start a drive, they deep play action pass to Nico Collins for like 30 yards. You know what I mean? So they'll continue attacking all game long. That's the
Diggs or DK.
Oh man, I like DK's value, bro.
I know, right?
He's like nobody's
Out
in.
of value, yeah, DK, but just straight up Diggs.
Yeah, straight up, I still like Diggs. I think he's just like still. Yeah, I don't think he's lost anything. I think I've mentioned it before. I think the Bills just went away from him. I think that he can still, yeah, I don't think he's lost a step. I think he's still good.
Okay,
Yep. I got one. For y'all. Diggs or Cooper Kupp.
Ooh, I'm taking Cooper Kupp, baby. Cooper Kupp, baby.
Yeah, I'll probably.
Yeah.
All right, Cooper Kupp. Yeah, it's just that McVay system, bro. That shit's so friendly. But ADP wise, Diggs and Kupp are super similar. So I think that's about where they're. I think they're like WR19 and WR20. Yeah, they're both super similar. And I think Debo's WR21.
Okay, this one's kind of ugly, but I feel like this is a good one right here. Because I think most people think this thing is automatic, but Diggs or London redraft.
Yeah, London. Because like with Kirk Cousins, bro, like I'm going London over Diggs.
I don't know what I would do in that situation.
I go London and just hope that Corky Kirk elevates London.
I might
It's hard to extrapolate that one.
I might go Diggs.
Actually, I think
Diggs or Ayuk. I know where I'm going here, but what do y'all think? I say Ayuk easy for me. That's easy.
Oh man, I have some dynasties where I have Ayuk and Collins, and it feels good. Like, oh, those are bullies. They're just like they catch the ball, and they knock the shit out of you. Like, like, I feel like my enemies or my opponents look at my roster and like, oh shit, Diggs and Ayuk. I mean, Ayuk and Collins, like, damn.
Yeah, they're nasty. If I can get them, it's like I'll take CMC at the 101, and then get Ayuk and Collins with the 212 and 3-1. I love that.
So now that we're reaching into these tier level receivers, are we talking Diggs or Nico?
Yeah, I was just about to say
Nico.
that's
I like Nico. He's more explosive.
I'm taking Big Nico.
Yeah, more explosive, bro. Yeah.
Nico Frico for me.
Yeah, explosive plays, bro. All right, one more before we sign off. Jalen Waddle or Diggs?
Oh, give me Waddle, bro.
I'll take.
Waddle.
Yeah, I'll take Waddle. I'm probably still.
Yeah, I'll Waddle. I'll take Waddle. Yeah. I didn't get that shirt, Peacock. I like that.
Good one, yeah. The Waddle. I like that one too. I need to get that one as well. I have some Miami Dolphins fans.
Make one where he's like the Penguin, like in Batman. and like Batman's after him or something.
We'll work with it.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Well, how about this then? Is that too? I'm gonna never mind. I was gonna say DJ Moore. We're taking DJ Moore.
Yeah, we're taking DJ Moore.
I guess that's pretty much the range right there.
Yeah, that's all the range. Let me pull up my rankings real quick because JD is still trying to find that clip. We're gonna give him another. Oh, here we go. Here's one of y'all. Mike Evans or Diggs.
Mike Evans for me.
Ooh.
Yeah, because of the tugs, I'll go Mike Evans.
I still feel like Diggs is a lock for like 80 receptions as a floor. Like I gotta go. Mike Evans is gonna get the thou wow with all the tugs, but like it's on a per game basis. Sometimes it hurts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he can be a little erratic, and then Godwin should have a bigger role. I still think Evans is gonna hit for a lot though, because it's like how many catches did he have last year? And Baker Mayfield is a little better than what they had.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield knows how to.
Evans caught 79 last year. He damn near had 80. So I think I'd lean Evans.
He's trying to tie Jerry Rice too for the most consecutive 1,000-yard season.
I think he'll do it.
Y'all are just gonna have to tune in for my tier list because I hate talking about and thinking about it right now. I said I'll have a solid like reason between why I go over,
we'll have rankings,
guy, but like
facts.
Oh man, I'm looking at that league where I have those receivers, and it's even better. I forgot I have Collins, Ayuk, and Metcalf. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, we'll have that for sure. Yep.
Yeah, I got Hill, AJ Brown, Puka, and
tight
ends.
Yeah.
Nice, yeah. I love it when the receivers are just like scary like that.
Yeah,
and then IDP too. Yeah, we'll have some IDP talk. Yeah, we got a lot to get to, bro. We got a month. This next month we got to knock all this out, but we gonna get it, y'all. That's what we're here for. So keep supporting the channel. Appreciate y'all. I don't think we're gonna be able to have it. I haven't seen anything from JD about the script.
I'll share it later.
Crip walking for Jesus, but we'll once we find it. How about that? That'll be the thing for Friday. Wake your game up. If we find that shit, we will share that thing first thing in the morning on Friday. Wake your game up. We'll be crip walking for Jesus, y'all.
What are we setting off with? We're setting off the NFC, right?
NFC East. We're setting off the NFC East.
I found it, but it's a 48-minute long speech, so it's somewhere in this speech where he says it.
All right, well, just clip it out.
I found something with him doing a stand-up. He was doing stand-up comedy, and he was talking about the different regions, but I couldn't find where he said about the crip walking for. It's a few things, bro.
Okay, we'll figure something out. We'll clip it out and put it on Wake Your Game Up
I'm gonna send what I got right now, bro.
That dude was the head of Texas operations.
I've been trying to go find that shit.
It's G, bro. I appreciate you, bro.
What's this? So this him doing stand up though, but it's like on some. It's like
How long is it? Like a short clip that we
it's
could
like
play?
6 minutes. But I was trying. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, that's a little. They should probably sign off. I don't know if we got time for a whole.
Nah, that's cool. We'll get it next time.
We can play. Yeah, wake your game up on Friday. Yeah, we'll get it.
Crip walking for Jeebus.
For White Jeebus, Corky Kirk, bro, and Derek Carr.
Yep.
Off of White Jeebus, bro.
Yeah.
First off, I gotta thank God, all glory to God, bro.
Cowboys.
Derek, bro. Shout out to Derek, bro.
Yeah, we got football tomorrow, guys. We got somewhat of football tomorrow.
Yeah, we got football tomorrow. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah, let them know. Before we sign off, let them know. Wet Smoke Coast podcast tomorrow.
Yeah, we gonna try and fire up the Smoke Coast podcast, man. We got some burning topics, some burning NFL topics that we gonna talk about tomorrow night, man, during the game. So yeah, we gonna do a little watch party and just talk some shit during the game and fire up some burning questions and keep it, tomorrow the 1st, like how Spencer led off, man. Tomorrow the 1st, here, bro. We only got 1 week after the preseason. I think, what is it, a week and a half since it's only 3 weeks. So we got about a week and a half, 2 weeks of a little bit of break until the first game on that Thursday. But other than that, man, this shit is here. So we about to fire it up and, catch us Friday.
That's live on the Heart to Start. Let's go.
Yep.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Wake your game up
all 3 channels.
Friday.
Oh, my mama. And then Friday, facts. 100%.
Yeah, wake
man.
your game up, and then Saturday, OJ and a blunt.
100%, bro.
We daily, man. We got daily content for y'all motherfuckers,
We
man.
got daily
Pull up.
content, man.
Yeah.
We got
This is
y'all,
the digital
man.
grind.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing like the digital grind. Allegedly, I done experience firsthand some other type of woo wops, and this right here is the this the ultimate competitive sport. You know what I mean? 100%. And this shows your tenacity and when you get on consistently and you stand on what you talk about, it shows, bro. So you know what I mean? Like how Kiddiff always say, bro, it's so many opinions on here and so many objectives to where it opens up all the fantasy degenerates like us to where they get a different opinion on the players that they looking at or the players that they ain't looking at 100%. So just stay tuned into what we got going on. And if you don't want no fantasy talk, we got the Saturday morning show 100%, bro.
OJ and a blunt for
We just
breakfast.
try to tackle all aspects of what's going on in
life.
What's going on 100%, bro. Let me shut up, man, and pass that mic, man.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to my brother for letting me talk my shit,
Yeah,
man.
Peacock, let them know, man. The proud sponsor of the show, neonpeacockmerch.com once again.
Make sure you guys get that first year. If you got any ideas, throw them up in the chat or on one of our videos. And, I'd likely, scroll through that stuff, read them, check them out, and I throw them up there. I know stuff like Lee was like, hey, man, you need a Justin Herbert shirt. So I was like, oh, man, who's got the herb? I threw that one up there.
That's a good one.
We got some Saints gear up there. We'll do whatever you guys need or whatever you want. We throw it up. I got the Run CMC. Basically, he's a comic book character on that one. That one's pretty dope. There's a whole mess of stuff. Actually, you know what? Let me do a quick share while we're here. Right?
Yeah, show the good people.
Yeah, so if you head on over to the site, neonpeacockmerch.com. There you go. Share. You guys see that? Yeah, and then this will pop up and you can type in your email address so you can get all the notifications. And there's some of the more recent stuff, like there's this new Arizona Jam one with Kyler and Marvin.
Kyle looking a little short there. Little man, Kyler.
So if you hit designs, you can see all the designs. If you hit t-shirts or right here, you can check out all the different kinds of t-shirts, jackets, sweaters. But you can also change the stuff and go to the home stuff or extras and toggle through some of the things we have there. So you can get stickers or bags made or I like mugs. They seem like a reasonable, you can get a $14 coffee mug or whatever with some of the stuff on there. So, go browse on the designs. At least twice. We have some GWN stuff, of course, as well. Some of the other teams. I'll get through all the teams. We'll have all the NFL teams will eventually have some of the stuff. And when you look at these guys, if you look at the details, like Kyler Murray has a 5 for height, and he has a 9 for Xbox and a 9 for PS5, and 9 for gamers. So all the attributes are Hall of Fame dad right here for Harrison. He has a 9 on that one.
I didn't even notice that the first time. That's hilarious right there.
Yes. If you take a look at these, all of these have different things attached to them. So, and there's the who's got the herb one. I got some Houston stuff. I just ordered some of these for my son to wear to school. So Jalen Waddle, I have a lot of football stuff coming up and a lot of more football stuff on the site. So make sure you guys check that out. And then some of the other punny things that I have on here as well. Look, there's Amon Ra, there's Joe Burr, there's Aaron Rodgers. So there's CMC. So if you scroll down a little bit, you get some of the other stuff. There's Spencer's shirts and logos as well.
Woo Nation!
Yeah. There's some more Dallas Cowboy stuff back here. Jerry has a little lamb and
the Kirk Cousins. Yeah.
The Kirk Cousins. This one was because Amari Cooper made that statement.
The black Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
the black Kirk Cousins.
So there was Kirk Cousins on Dak's body, to Kirk Cousins. So make sure you guys are heading on over to the shop and checking that stuff out. And it's fun just to browse through it, even if you're not going to buy anything. Just sign up for the email list. That way, when we do have a sale, you'll be inclined to check it out and see what new stuff I have on there. Basically, every week I'm dropping like a design or two. So whatever pops in my head or whenever I get some free time, something goes up. And like I said, if you have any ideas that you want, hey man, I really want to see a so-and-so player up there, or like, oh, it'd be funny if you kind of did this, I can work with it and kind of put something up there for you. All you got to do is check out the site and order it.
Yeah, take it from your old pal Bogard. Anytime I've ever had an idea, like he just brings it to life, man. Yeah, so you know what I mean?
Concur.
We encourage y'all.
Yeah, it's a lot faster for me to do the digital art. I do like the paintings and stuff like this as well, right? You know, by hand and all that. But I can put all these things on T-shirts as well, and of course change the words and make a meme, a T-shirt, or whatever it is. Like if you can think up the idea. My motto is, it can be done.
Yeah,
that's awesome, bro.
Good motto.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, all right, y'all. I think that's gonna do it. Y'all put a bow on this one. Appreciate all the playmakers and everyone in the chat. Couldn't do it without y'all. So, yeah, it's gonna do it. We've got a lot of
thanks again. Always, you know what I'm saying, to our brand new playmaker, Kidda. You know what I'm saying?
Come on
Yeah,
now.
Shout out to our man Lee.
Fully assembled, man. Come on now.
Yeah.
Good game, Drizzle. Thanks for showing out, Drizzle.
Yeah. Shout out to Drizzle and everybody else in the chat that joined us.
Check out Drizzle on his Twitch. He's a gamer. He plays a lot of Halo. He can do some song requests. He also plays all other different kinds of games. And the guy's a boss, dude. Like he's doing those 360 no scope kills and shit.
Shout out to Drizzle,
You can
man.
only do that in
100%.
space.
Make sure y'all go follow his Twitch channel, man. 100%, man. I'm a gamer my damn self. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
There you go.
That's dope, y'all. That's dope. And y'all can check me out every Monday, Mock Draft Monday. And then starting, I believe, next week will be my humble opinion on Wednesdays. We still got to figure some things out with it, but we'll get it going. In my humble opinion will be going. So, yeah, I think that's about it, Bogey, unless you got anything else.
You know, wherever you consume your music, check me out, Bogard Sky Free. Got the brand new EP, OMW, the album drop, Bruce Wayne. You can also check all the cool artwork and promo vids that my man Peacock whipped up on his YouTube, Neon Peacock. Man, check us out, man. Spotify, Apple, all that, man. Give me money.
Yep, and this outro is done by Peacock here, so y'all
let the long one play too, bro.
All right, I got it. We went 2 hours. Fuck it, we gotta go with the long way. All right, appreciate y'all. Peace out.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Good one.
Eureka. We make plays every day, yeah. 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 Hit him with the run pass option. I run shit or I shred from the pocket. I'm always shopping, I'm always copping, and always pray I'm falling like leaves an item. Hey, what could I say? I make plays every day. Catch me with a thick one, make her pay what she weigh. And then some. Welcome to my kingdom. Really in the field, never got my feet up. Go hard, push a hard line. Yeah, been around, peep the archives. Yeah. Off top, it's a long grind. You don't need to watch to see that it's our time, yeah. I'm counting chips, finna take the chip. You counterfeits, better pay attention. I'm about a chick, catch me in my bag. Sunday to Sunday, living that. We make plays every day, yeah. 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 We make plays every day, yeah.
Could be one sitting in the pocket. I like to dip and dunk, but I rock it. Money, money, money is a topic. Win, win, win.